To Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Gil, you got the booty shorts on?
Man, I got booty shorts. You can see my thigh tattoos and everything, man. Got them stripper legs.
If you cannot tell, it's going to be an exciting day in the arena. We got a lot to get into. But this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us. Unenthusiastic claps, unenthusiastic. We got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings, back on the couch. Out in the field last night at Game 5 of Clippers Mavs, doing what you do, saw the Kyrie jersey.
Yeah. Took my
Wait,
son.
you was there?
Yeah.
He was reporting.
I was with my son. Yeah. Took my son for his birthday.
Makes sense.
Kyrie, shout out Kingston. My son.
Makes sense.
Turning 12.
What?
Shout out to Kingston.
What's the issue, Gil?
Every game he showed up to, they lose, bro. 0-2.
Who?
You.
Who lost?
Clippers.
I wasn't going for them. I was sitting right behind them.
Whatever home team you show up for, bro.
They lose.
Go to Dallas right now. I guarantee you they take that.
I guarantee you they win.
I guarantee
you they win. They winning in 6. And in 6? Oh, yeah.
Man.
And we got the dream killer, Rashad McCants, back here with us. Rashad, you had the internet in their feelings the past few days, as you tend to do.
What you got on the day?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, not
Don't wait for the big reveal.
Not yet.
Can't spoil it just yet.
I like how he walk in, you chill and say what's up to everybody, sit down, get ready.
Get ready, prepare myself.
Always the first on the couch, ready.
Yep.
He'll do it upstairs, I just do it down here. We both do it at the same time, yeah. Let me wait for it, you know.
Well, we will wait for the big T-shirt reveal, but in the meantime, here's what's cracking in the arena today. Luka battled an illness and knee sprain to give the Mavs a 3-2 lead, but did the Clippers play their last game in the arena formerly known as Staples Center? The Celtics made light work of the Heat for the gentleman's sweep, but are they tough enough to raise a banner? Jason Tatum thinks so. And the Nuggets-Wolves series tips off this weekend, but do Ant-Man and Minnesota have enough to dethrone the defending champs? But before we get into all that, as always, the show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Please help us out. Download the app, use promo code GIL. That will match your first deposit up to $100. And I believe we are running the most popular picks of the night on the screen below. So ride with them or fade them, but have fun tonight watching the games and playing pick 'em. We got 2 big elimination games tonight. Pacers, Bucks, Knicks.
Wait, hold on. So wait, because we went 1-5, y'all just don't want our picks no more, huh?
We got a call from Underdog. They said
Wow.
said you bad for business.
Pick opposite of me, because
I had a good one, too.
What's your pick?
Siakam, 5 points first quarter.
You think he's going to have more than 5 points?
Higher.
Okay.
Think so?
To be honest, it was just the first one I seen. It's the first one on the list. Ooh, that's a good one.
I did that for James yesterday. 3. Ended up with 7.
Okay. Well, you went higher
For the whole game. I went 6 points for the first quarter. He had 7 for the whole game.
It was an unfortunate evening for PG and Harden. We're going to get to later in the show. But as always, we do Mostly Fans at the end of every episode of Gil's Arena. So if you drop a good question in the chat with your Underdog Fantasy username and we use it on the show, you get a $50 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account. If you send us a video at mostlyfansgil@gmail.com and we use that video on the show and you are an Underdog Fantasy user, you will get a $100 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account. You can ask us anything. Does not just need to be basketball questions. And if you cannot watch the show live with us on YouTube Monday through Thursdays, starting promptly-ish at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, we got audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. So we talked about big elimination games tonight. One of those is Knicks-Sixers Game 6, the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Crucial Game 6, trying to force a Game 7. Embiid and his crew trying to extend their season, avoid elimination. But NBA released the referee assignments for the game.
He's there, huh?
He's there.
The extender will be making an appearance.
Tony Brothers?
No, Scott Foster. Scott Foster, Bill Kennedy, and Mark Lindsay will be officiating the game.
Bill, Mark, and Scott on one ticket, boy.
This the big 3.
That's the big 3.
It ain't the big me, it's the big 3.
For real.
We got the extender in the building.
So who is this bad for?
New York?
Oh, New York?
Yeah.
Oh.
If they're trying to extend it.
This is the extender, baby.
We will see if it happens.
Whoever's who's favorite?
Well, let me see.
I think New York. But it's in Philly.
No, so whoever's favorite is the opposite.
Yeah,
Right here.
facts.
Damn.
Right now, Philly's listed as a 3-point favorite.
So take opposite.
They might go ahead and let the Knicks.
I think
Get them more than 6.
Yeah.
That's what they want to win it.
Just
but
go ahead and just stomp.
extend it though.
Crowd
You
everything.
got 2 more games if you let them win this one.
We need that bread.
Yeah.
Well, remains to be seen tonight. But if you guys had to make your pick for the game, who you think is winning? Last game, Game 4 in Philly, Knicks fans took over the arena.
I'm not feeling.
Michael Rubin and Sixers ownership trying to curtail that. They got
they took-
2,000 tickets for.
Yeah, they
Sixers
took
fans.
Gil's advice.
Huh?
Gil said that.
What?
If I was Philly,
Yeah.
I would buy tickets and make sure them niggas don't come in. That's what they did.
Can't come in this building.
Pass a background check. They got to prove you a Sixers fan to get in the building.
I'm going with Philly.
Okay, you think Sixers going to force a Game 7?
Yeah.
Brandon, who you got?
I can see Philly getting it done tonight. And then,
And it's 50-50.
I think it's
Like
50-50.
Game 7.
Yeah.
Like Game 7?
Oh, the Game 7, yeah.
Game 7 in Madison Square Garden too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Stars is out.
yeah. The NBA wants.
It's like
The NBA
playing
wants.
in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get that bread. All right, but let's keep things moving. During a recent episode of Shaq's Big Podcast, JJ Redick pulled up and talked about his feelings about the GOAT debate in MJ's era.
I refuse to get into the GOAT debate. I don't care. They didn't play against each other. What makes him great is the fact that he's done it now for 21 years at the highest level. Yeah, LeBron's never averaged 35 in a year. Guess what? He's averaged 25 or more for 20 straight years. We're nitpicking. A lot of times we're comparing eras. Like I'll say this with Michael Jordan, and I don't mean this to be controversial. Michael Jordan, during his heyday, 6 teams were added to the NBA. There were 90 players added to the NBA. Does that not water down? I'm not talking playoffs, by the way. No chance we're talking playoffs. You're not telling me that the league for a little bit is going to be a little watered down?
So, Brandon, what is your reaction to JJ Redick saying that the league was watered down by expansion during MJ's era?
I was 5 years old. So how the hell would I know?
You wasn't tripping, but you're a basketball historian. You're an older man now. You get to look back.
I mean, I just think what MJ did for the game helped it grow. So I don't think anything is watered down. I think anybody from Magic on to Larry to Mike to Kobe, Shaq, they all helped elevate the game. So I think everybody's done their job.
So to JJ's point, from I believe 88 to 95, league added 6 teams. Hornets and Heat, I believe in 88. 89 was Magic and Timberwolves, and then 95 was Raptors, Grizzlies. And you have players like Magic and even Rodman, who was a member of the Bulls' second three-peat, saying the league was not up to par back then. But Rashad, saw you rolling your eyes when JJ was talking. Mm-hmm. What's your reaction to him saying that MJ's era was watered down by expansion?
Well, like his first 2 sentences, maybe 3 sentences, was I'm not going to debate the GOAT debate. Then proceeds to
debate.
to fucking debate, and then uses Jordan's era to catapult LeBron. He didn't mention nobody else but LeBron and Jordan, right? Which is supposedly the GOAT debate?
Earlier in that clip, Shaq basically said, if you're going to have a GOAT debate, then you need to include Kobe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then JJ.
Yeah, like he didn't play against Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And then proceeds to say it's watered down. Michael Jordan did what he did for the game, right? So how is the game not watered down now?
You feel like the game is watered down?
I'm asking the question. How is the game not watered down now like it was when Mike was playing? LeBron and JJ on your podcast, please talk about how the game is watered down now. Huh? You was walking to the finals 9 straight, 10 straight years. You playing with everybody who at your damn skills camp. You run up and down the court, can't get touched, don't nobody want to run in front of you, can't nobody say nothing to you in the public because they won't be your friend. It's the same shit was happening with Mike. I want to wear Michael Jordans. I want to be in the Space Jam movie.
So to JJ's point, 6 teams added during that window. I think the league expanded by around 25% during that time. The league expanded by 25%. Now it's about 7 more teams.
Ain't got nothing to do with being watered down.
How would it look? How would it look now?
The competition is the competition, right? Mm-hmm. right? If you consider Michael Jordan dealing with whoever was in front of him and dealing with him accordingly, cool. If you're gonna consider LeBron doing the same, cool. But don't say it's watered down for the sake of trying to put LeBron ahead of him. That don't make no sense.
Did he put LeBron ahead of him?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
He said LeBron's number one?
Yeah.
I don't think he said that.
Yeah, that's what he was insinuating to his crowd.
Out here insinuating?
Yeah, it's insinuation. 21 years at the highest level.
So what did he say about Kobe? Did he say
He didn't
anything
say
about
nothing.
Kobe?
Not that particular clip, but prior to that clip, Shaq basically said if you're going to have a GOAT debate, there's no way that you can't include Kobe in it. But good, when you hear J.J. Redick saying that the NBA was watered down during MJ's era by adding 6 additional teams and 90 players, what is your reaction to that?
I think he's inaccurate on his math. I can see where his math is coming from, 6 teams, 15 players is 90 players, right? So that's where he's getting it from, not realizing, what history was. It wasn't 15 new players. So technically it's not watered down, right? It was, before this, it was really watered down because they had 7 drafts. That's watered down, right? When you can draft a chair, right? You can draft a chair, kind of tells you it's watered down. I think a woman got drafted back then.
Yes.
And I think Bruce, back when it was when she was Bruce, Brucey boy, he was drafted. He never even touched basketball.
Bruce Jenner, now
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner, yeah.
Yeah. So back then, the gold medalist when, that one.
Wheaties box, yeah.
He was drafted in the NBA back then, so the draft was watered down then. When they expanded the teams, there was only 12-man rosters. So the 15-man roster that he's saying didn't even exist then. It was 12-man rosters then. Now, a lottery, an expansion draft is this. You got 2 teams, which was Charlotte and Miami, right? Now, everyone protected their top 8. That means your bottom 4 gets put into the draft. Now, it's not 92 players because they can only pick a possible 12 each. So only 24 can be drafted from expansion. So you take the bottom teams and then they draft back and forth. We draft. Now, in theory, right, we're only going to go after who? The top teams.
Absolutely.
Top 4 best players. So whoever back then. So Lakers, right? You're talking about Detroit, Chicago, whoever teams was top, we're going to go after those guys first. We're going to pick about 8 players each. And then we got free agency. And then we have the draft, right? So in theory, you're not watering it down because the players that are being picked are all NBA players.
Yep.
Right? So yeah, the talent gets spread, but there's no free agents that's sitting on the market. Like, we're not picking somebody who ain't played in fucking 20 years.
Right.
We're not putting them on our team. So you got players like Scott Skiles, right, who's sitting at the end of the bench. He gets sent to Orlando, and then he's most improved player.
Man.
Right? So they're NBA players. What it did, and I know people are going to get mad, this helps the top teams, right? You get to beat on expansion teams.
Yep.
So it didn't help Jordan yet.
Facts.
It helped Detroit Pistons.
He was they just turned the
They
corner.
wasn't even turned over yet.
Yep.
Right? Remember, this is Detroit Pistons 2 championships.
89 and 90, yeah.
So this is not Michael Jordan's reign yet. This is
Right.
the Pistons' reign, right? So what ended up happening with them is you get to shed your worst 4. So you protect your 8, get rid of the 8-4, the 4. So that means Rick Mahorn, which he was a starter.
Yep.
But you're protecting Dennis Rodman instead.
Facts.
So now Rick Mahorn goes. Now you get to go to free agency with 4 new roster spots. So you have 4 guys, and then out of the 24 we get, or the 16 we get, everybody else goes back to their team. So it wasn't water, like he's making it seem like it was.
And it's we talking about top college players. The top college players coming out of the draft. It ain't like you're
They
getting...
they get drafted still.
Well, I'm just saying that as far as talent goes, the talent that's coming into the league that's not watered down are top college players that's played college basketball 2+ years. So the talent, as far as coming into the league from college, is not watered down compared to now, where you got high schoolers, OTEs, like these guys aren't proven. Back then, at least they were proven to be, like you said, NBA players. These are all NBA players that are coming in. It can't be watered down unless you were saying back then when they were doing Bruce and them, and JJ saying you're playing against plumbers. Like these motherfuckers these was hoopers.
Like this is
in the 90s?
The 90s, yeah.
Playing against plumbers.
No, he was saying like in the 80s.
But that's way back.
Yeah.
Like even like 87 draft, 161 players, 55 actually stayed in the NBA or they played at least one game, right? 20 players didn't make it past 3 years. So only 35 players out of the 161 was real NBA players more than 3 years. Yeah. Following year, 42, 37, 47, 37, right? So by 91, 54 players was drafted, only 37 made it past 3 years, right? So the draft was watered down then, right? But this, if let's say Denver is allowed to shed the bottom four,
thanks.
Right there, if they're allowed to shed the bottom four and you take two players, which you probably take what? DeAndre Jordan, right?
Yeah.
You take him and, you might get what?
Reggie.
Reggie,
right?
him and Reggie.
Now I can go to free agency with two. I'm hoping you take that money off my books so I can go back and, get two free agents that I wasn't expecting.
Right.
So it boosted the topper teams.
But just from the other side of it, Gil, to your point, if it's 12 roster spots, I'm adding 6 new teams. That's 72 roster spots that didn't previously exist prior to that point. That means that's 72 players who may be NBA level talent who wouldn't have had jobs or would have been pushed out of the league that now get an opportunity. So, but it works both ways because you might get some boo-boo dudes who now get to start, but you also get some dudes who are up and coming now get a better opportunity and get to showcase their skills.
Or those guys that were stacked up on those good teams can now spread out, right? They didn't have the other teams and the opportunities to play on other teams, but now they're like, all right, we're not stacked up on Boston now. We're not stacked up on LA now. We can, I can go over here and now get to play.
Yeah, it created more jobs, but the ideal of there's just like we just threw in 90 new players. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say watered down, I mean, the 80s is watered down in a sense because of technology. They didn't have trainers, right? They didn't have trainers. They didn't have, development skill coaches. Fuckers didn't even have shooting machines, right? They had to literally throw the ball out themselves, do the little turn, hit the little mid-range, right? If a team did have a shooting machine, you just stuck the dude on that and say, just shoot all day, right?
That's crazy.
They didn't have luxury planes like we have now. They had commercials. So this is literally how it went. Let's say we played a day. Think about it. What time is commercial? Red eye. For the most part, red eye is done. So they didn't take red eye. They had to stay overnight,
During the day,
leave in the morning, right? Leave in the morning, get to the hotel, sleep for a few hours, and get ready for the game, right? That's how they played back then, right? So they had disadvantages, right? So, to be honest, greatness then was considered great compared to what we're doing. We have advantages that we can leave tonight, get a full hour sleep.
Yeah.
Right? They got to fly, land, take a 2-hour nap, then play.
But go back to what you were saying.
AAU teams.
You were saying about Mike though. Think about what Mike was doing. You talk about the greatness. If Mike is smoking cigars, drinking yak, and still doing what he's doing back then, during that time of traveling and like the things that they were doing compared to what you're able to do now, what we know what we can recover with. We got ankle braces and you got Nike shoes and you got, different footing. Like niggas was out there balling in them chucks.
Yeah.
All right, ain't no footing out there. You get spraining ankles and niggas didn't even know that it was an ACL tear. They were just out there still hooping, putting the wrap around their knee. Yeah. So we did have advantages, but I think that JJ just trying to subtly discredit Mike because the conversation is now, as LeBron has surpassed everyone in the accolades, it wants to be a clear-cut, no-brainer that he's the greatest because of all these things. And when you're having conversations with guys who doesn't consider those accolades a part of the greatness conversation, when we're talking about the nuts and bolts of it, because it can be considered when we bring all the conversation together. You say, well, LeBron did this, and this. And, Mike didn't play long enough to do this, and this. But when you talk about the credit and you talk about the discredit, don't say watered down when it's not accurate. Where you can back it up with all.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I combat is.
So you say not watered down? I mean, I would argue it's watered down to an extent, but it's a part of the growing pains of growing a business, right? You're trying to expand the league, trying to add more teams, try to add more value to the league. There's going to be periods but you have teams like the Heat. After a couple seasons in the league, they were good enough to make the playoffs. You have other expansion teams. For me, it's like a 4 to 5 year window where you can say the expansion stuff. After that point, your team is either just shit or it's good. Like
I'm just saying, don't make it. The only thing I combat, whatever he's saying, I'm just saying, at least if you're gonna like throw out numbers, at least do the homework that that studies it. Like there wasn't 15 teams. It was 15 players.
12.
There was only 12, right? Those players, only 20 or 18 was actually went to those teams. Everybody else, you're going after big free agents. So in a sense, it helped the tougher teams. So that means Mike was going against a tougher team because now I can get rid of these 4 bad players and then add boom, 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 boom. So that means Michael Jordan was going against something harder anyway, right? So he was going against a harder Detroit Pistons because they got rid of these 4 and added 4 new players. Right, through free agency because they got money. So it's a give and take, right? I just don't put out false information. Right. What you're saying is correct. Like it's hard to judge, right, errors because we don't know the nuts and cranny of them all. I'm pretty sure if you had to stand in front of Michael Jordan, I'm pretty sure you got that work. Right.
But to me, I think like when you talk about breaking it down though, like I think he's diving into it so deep to the point we're forgetting just the eye test of it all. Like when you see greatness, what does it look like? Right? That's how I view it. I'm like, when you see Mike, why is Mike considered the great when he was playing?
Because he never lost.
When you see Kobe, why would Kobe be considered the great in his era? When you see Bron, why would Bron be considered? I believe this to the core. The reason we have the Mike and Kobe comparison as far as bringing Kobe away from Mike because he's a mirror splitting image of him is because they played in the same offense. They prepared for the same thing. So if you put anybody else in the triangle offense, who else has been in the triangle offense except for those 2 guys?
Melo.
Is Melo considered top 3 like Jordan, Cole? Is it Jordan, Cole, Melo? No. It's Cole and Jordan because Cole was able to take what Jordan did in the triangle and say, I need to do this shit like this. When Kobe's his three-peat, he was nothing like Jordan. He was still Kobe in high school. 22 years old, he was trying to find himself. But when Phil actually got to him, when Shaq wasn't an integral part of that anymore, it was like, all right, this is what it looks like when Mike didn't have a Shaq. That 2-peat, before he was trying to get that 3-peat, when he got back-to-back, that's what the Michael Jordan reflection looked like. It's like, yo, this nigga playing just like Jordan.
So would you give Kobe has 5 rings, right?
Yeah.
Would you say he's better than LeBron if you took away the first 3 because he wasn't even him yet? And he only has 2.
I just say that the him before the 3, before the 2 without Shaq was a different Kobe that we can't measure when it comes to comparing him to LeBron because that Kobe was insane to me.
No, what I'm saying 24? Is if you just give him his 2 rings when he became the dominant force, because what you're saying about Melo is Melo didn't have Phil when he was younger to even get the winning part of it.
But were they
right? Kobe got 3 rings.
The triangle?
Yeah. When he went to New York and his growth in New York was impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, now, if you would have had him when he was in Denver and let him learn how to win early, he probably could have had a ring or 2. But what I'm saying is, with Kobe, they won championships before he even became his greatness. So we're judging him by 5 rings. Now, if we say, all right, you take those rings out, when you became him, you will only have 2.
Right.
Now, would you put him in the top 3?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because those 2 were so impressive. They were back-to-back without a top 75 player. He did it against top elite guys, which is LeBron in Miami, Paul Pierce, KG. Like the league was at its top peak when Kobe was really dominating still.
Bron was still in Cleveland, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. The 2010, 2011.
Yeah, he was still in Cleveland. The Magic beat him to go to the final.
Okay. So when I'm looking at that metric, it's like, if we're gonna include the championships just to have the conversation, that's gonna give Bron a conversation. But I don't never really try to do the conversation with the championships because I'm like, it's skill-based. But if Bron played in the triangle, and we see what Bron play like in the triangle. Now I'm looking at the metric between Jordan, Kobe, and Bron in the same offensive setting where they could thrive. Because I think that's what gives Mike and Kobe a different element, is because they played in the same offense where they got to be compared to each other because you didn't see it without it. That's what changes the conversation between Kobe, Mike, and LeBron. LeBron was always the lone soldier. He was always dealing with different coaches. He was Magic Johnson.
So does that make him? I mean, does that give him a little bit of an advantage?
It does. It just separates him. It doesn't give him an advantage or a disadvantage. It
gives him a disadvantage.
It doesn't. It just, the conversation is just without the mirror images of us considering Michael Jordan the best. And then Kobe's the mirror image of the best.
Nope.
And then look, here comes LeBron saying, all right, I want to be considered in this conversation, but you're without us looking at your skill set in the same way that we look at theirs. Footwork, one dribble, ISOs, three-pointers, all those things.
You can't look, it's like you're comparing a girl you used to love to a new girl. They have different attributes. You got to judge her attributes for her.
I get it.
So if you're saying, well, my girl did this way, you can't do it this way, so you can't be better than her.
Yeah.
That's unfair.
But it's going to be unfair because the girl I used to love is always going to be my first. It's always going to be the one that you got to up her. So you got to do better than her. So, man, she ride that thing different, boy. She do it different. She do it different. Baby, you need to learn how to do it the way she, you know what I'm saying? I got to teach you how to be better than her.
But she's doing something that your girl didn't do.
Probably.
That's better for you.
But it doesn't mean that I like it more. It just means that she's doing something different. And that's the conversation. It's like we stuck on Jordan because he did it first.
But you're with a new girl. You're with a new girl fantasizing about your old girl still.
But you have to.
No, you don't.
I want to compare you to the greatest. Because my old girl is the greatest. She the best I ever had. And if you want to come in here and take her spot, you got to be better than her.
You might as well not even have a new girlfriend. That's like you might as well not even watch sports.
That's why we said stop having the conversation. Because we was like, yo, I'm going to put these two out because they.
But then that means you can't. But then you can't hate on the other ones. Then you just gotta. And that's why I said this.
There's no hate.
You can't personally talk about the other ones. You can only talk about the one you like. So you can't throw in negative to the other two because you are so focused on this one.
No.
So that means you're only looking at this one, and then when you look at these two, you're saying, well, y'all can't be great because of her. You can't focus on these two.
Be greater than
because
her
you have nothing good to say.
Until you're greater than her.
But you have nothing good to say about them.
No. You just don't like what we're saying. We're not saying anything bad. It just doesn't equate to you as something good because you believe he's better.
I'd rather you be pro whoever you are than anti somebody else.
I understand that, but you're not considering what I'm saying pro because it's against what you like.
Pro is pro.
So
remember, Kobe is my favorite too.
I can be pro LeBron.
Pro is pro.
I can be pro LeBron.
You just don't be. You're more anti this person than you are pro this person.
I'm pro LeBron.
Like I'd rather you just sit in here and just wear all Kobe shit.
No,
that what I'm saying. But that is pro you.
No. This is the thing. I can be pro LeBron on his accolades. I can say, congratulations, you're the king of accomplishments. That's pro LeBron. But when I compare you.
Don't compare.
When I do, which is what everyone is doing. So you're telling me not to compare, but you got to tell everyone not to compare because that's the conversation. When you say, oh, LeBron's better, and then I say, why? You have to compare. Because that's the only way. Because you know why? There's someone in front of him. So in order for him to be the best, you have to compare him to whoever he's in front of. Kobe's in front of him. Mike's in front of him. Why is LeBron better? Because boom, boom, boom. That's a comparison.
But that's what I'm saying is you spend more time talking negative on the person who people are putting in front of it instead of just your point against your player. That's how it'd be. Like with Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, he had a young feel, right? He had a young feel. So if you want to talk about everybody's coaching style, he had a young feel. Kobe has an advantage over Michael Jordan in coaching because the feel he gets is a bona fide Hall of Famer now. He wasn't a Hall of Famer when Michael Jordan had him. Yeah. So Michael Jordan had a rookie coach learning how to be great. Kobe had a great coach. LeBron never had any of it. He had starter coaches. So he got 4 championships on starter coaches. So the one who should be in the front will be Kobe because of the coaching. So he has an advantage. So he gets a plus. He gets an A+ coach. Jordan, for the most part, had a F turned A. LeBron, F all the way through.
Regardless of what you say, you're comparing.
No, I'm
terms of
comparing
coaching.
coaching. I'm comparing coaching.
But you're comparing regardless.
I'm not comparing nobody.
But you
I'm
have
comparing
to.
coaching
But you're comparing the situations.
to coaching,
Yeah,
not
but
players.
Yeah,
I'm saying
but
I'm not
the
saying who's in
situation
front of
affects
who.
the player, though.
Huh?
The situations affect the player.
In a
That's
sense-
what happens. So
in a-
you're still comparing.
No, what I'm saying is when you're talking about advantages, when players have advantages, this guy has an advantage on technology. This guy has an advantage because of this. This guy has an advantage. You have to factor in all of it.
Yes.
So you have to give points to every single one.
Right.
So when you say Kobe had the biggest advantage because he has a prime coach that already coached Michael Jordan. He already has it. So he failed with Michael Jordan the first couple of years and they won championships. So when he gets a young Kobe, he knows how to treat it. So Kobe has no flaw in a coach.
Right.
But
He
we're not
has no-
considering the coaching a part of his greatness. My conversation would be, all right, LeBron, how many all defensive teams did you win compared to Mike and Kobe? Right?
Who taught him how to play
But
these?
you would have to compare it to have the conversation about, okay, why would we put LeBron at #1 over these two guys when statistically he's never reached these milestones, attributing to the rest of his milestones? Then you say, all right, Mike never lost in the finals. Kobe has a certain win percentage in the finals. All of these different stats are going to favor these two other than LeBron because he didn't do this. But
It depends on what's. That's what I'm saying.
But that's
Coaching,
a
man.
comparison. We have to compare them.
They all have defensive. You using defense.
They all,
No, I'm just saying.
they all
I'm
have
just,
one, right?
Yeah, I'm
No,
just saying.
no,
as
what I'm
far
saying
as the
is,
comparison goes, when you have to compare at some point, you're going to compare something.
Well,
you're going to
then,
compare
then,
something.
then this is where coaching, right? Phil Jackson, defensive juggernaut type of coach. Offense and defense. His structure, the way he drafted, the players he picked, big point guards. He had a structure on how his team looked. He was the first small ball, but it was small ball, big ball. That's how
But
the
why
Bulls
was Kobe
played.
the only
That's
guy
how the
all
Lakers
defensive
played.
though? Why was Kobe the only guard on the teams all defensive if they were so
What I'm saying is-
juggernaut?
what I'm saying is
he
you
got
got-
his defense from Gary Payton. Kobe. Kobe got his tactics from Gary Payton.
I
That
mean,
was his all
not
defensive
just
team
Gary.
after he got that, after GP put it in his ear, hey, do this like this from the first All-Star game he
Yeah,
was in.
yeah.
He said, man, this is how you do it.
But he also
and he
played with-
took that and he's like, yo, I'm going to apply this to my game and now I'm a dual
Did he
threat.
play with Rick Fox?
Mike had the same thing, dual threat. I got to take this away from you and go do this on the other end of the floor. Now I'm going to be considered this kind of guy.
But you have to argue all the way through. You can't use when I'm saying is when you're giving someone this and saying, well, you didn't have this. Why didn't he have this? You have to take in the factor of it all.
And that's been the conversation.
So all of it.
And you know what
Like,
that,
what if he
what is
played
that,
for
you know
Pat-
what that reason is?
What if he paid for Pat Riley his whole career?
But that ain't it. You know what the
changes.
reason? You know what the reason
Probably
is?
have like 6, 7.
That's what I'm saying. You can't-
No,
you
it
can't-
ain't. Because that's not the reason. The reason between the three, these two had a fucking killer instinct.
LeBron does.
What does that mean?
Because
dog?
that's what the difference was.
But LeBron
when
does-
everyone has the conversation of comparing the three, they say these two dudes will eat your heart out. This dude will shake your hand and go eat steak and drink wine with you. That was
And
the
still
difference.
win though. But he win.
That's
Because
what I'm
it
saying.
contributed them to being all defensive players. They took this side of the court way more personal than he did.
Lead
And that
to it.
showed it.
That's a lie.
No, that's a
And it
That's a
showed
lie.
it. It shows it.
That's a lie.
It shows it.
That's a lie.
Nah,
Shows
you
it.
You can't use.
But it shows it.
No, it doesn't.
That's proof.
What's proof?
He just got 4-1.
Well, okay, he lost 4-1 at 39.
What is that? You just bring up an age.
What is that,
You just bring
39?
you just bring up an age randomly.
name a-
You just bring up a random age. But you act like
That
he
is
been swept
age.
before. He been swept before.
Name it. Jordan was swept before.
Yeah, but
Kobe didn't even make it to the
he's still
playoffs.
he's still
Like,
he's
we're
still
not saying that.
he's
What
still
I'm saying is we can
still an
be
all-defensive
negative against
player.
everybody. You're arguing for no point.
But you're
If
talking about
gonna
negativity, bro. It's
you
not
have-
negativity.
You have to bring it all. You have
But
to
you're
use
creating a
everything.
narrative
You
that
can't
I'm
use
being
what you
negative,
want.
bro.
This
It's
is what
not
I'm saying.
negative.
This is what I'm saying.
You're being biased because you don't like what I'm saying.
All right,
I'm
not negative.
I'm the only person in this room who likes all three.
But I'm not
So
being
I can't be
negative,
biased.
though. But you're saying it's negative.
You're
and it's not.
using things for them against them. Are
No.
you using anything for him
I'm
against
not
them?
using anything
Listen, I'm
against
gonna
anybody.
I'm gonna tell you something that is on death row, right? Death row means death, right? Lethal injection or shock treatment. Doesn't matter, motherfucker, you dead, right? So Jordan and Kobe can be rah-rah, and the other one shakes your hand. 40 is 40, motherfucker. No matter how you look at it. No matter how you die, you dead. Either way. So you can't say, oh, this motherfucker took the electric chair. He died with pride. Versus he went to sleep. You dead. Right? That's all that matters, man. All three of them were great.
But is that all what matters?
All three were great. That's all we can do, man.
It isn't.
What?
It isn't, because what you're just saying is you die, right? All right, LeBron accidentally hit a nigga with his car.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he did. But you know what these niggas did?
He did.
But you know what these niggas did? I hunted you down in the forest and chopped your goddamn head off. And then I put it up on all the fucking highways. When you ride by, when you ride by, you know what you see? You see these heads. You like,
you just do it louder.
But look,
what
I see is three funerals.
Yeah, you do it louder.
What he did is he was speeding with his headlights off, and he hit some innocent bystander, and he kept going.
I see 3 funerals. That's
Damn,
all I
he
see.
dead. Yeah, he dead, but you ain't mean it.
3 funerals.
You ain't mean it.
3 funerals.
That's why you died in an electric chair, because you didn't mean it. But these niggas are serial killers.
So,
These niggas are going through every city chopping heads off.
He wants to be loud with it. He wants you to be loud
so
with it.
Rashad,
That's a personal. That's a personal
It's
stand.
not.
That's what it. That's it's.
Yeah, he wants you to be loud.
Rashad, you
The
talked about.
FBI not looking for you, bro. They looking for us. They looking for us. The FBI looking for us. They just get you a pass. They're like, hey, he didn't mean to do it. He done ran over 16 people this month, and he ain't mean to do it.
So Rashad, you talked about
loud about it though.
You talked about
after whoever.
You talked about LeBron losing 4-1 this series. So let's spin it forward. So according to the Athletics, Jovan Buha, the Lakers are expected to fire Darvin Ham by the end of the week. And during owner Matt Ishbia's State of the Suns press conference on Wednesday, he was non-committal on Frank Vogel returning next season, saying we're going to evaluate everything. So one person who isn't feeling Ham and Vogel getting the blame for their team's lackluster seasons is Charles Barkley, who had this to say on Inside the NBA Wednesday night.
Anybody who thinks the reason the Lakers suck is because of Darvin Ham, or the reason the Suns suck is because of Frank Vogel, you don't know what you're talking about. Frank Vogel is a hell of a coach. Darvin Ham is a hell of a coach trying to get his career started. But for all you punks, idiots, and jackasses on other networks who want to be media and who want all the players to like y'all, do your damn job. The Lakers suck, and the Suns suck because of the players. Has nothing to do with the coaches. I feel better now.
Here, I can tell. Looks like you're getting that off your chest.
I did. I hate it, man. You sit there like Darvin Ham needs to get fired. Frank Vogel needs to get fired. Who put them teams together? Them trash-ass teams put together need to get fired. Them guys, they didn't just all of a sudden suck as coaches. People who put them teams together they start packing up their stuff.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Barkley blaming Lakers and Suns players and management and not the coaching?
I'm rolling. I've been saying it was the players. I mean, as much as we want to blame Darvin Ham, it's like, well, you got LeBron James, you got AD, you got guys who've been in the league for over 10 years. You should know how to coach yourself when you're out there too at the same time.
Facts.
This is his second year, so yes, he's not going to know everything. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. I mean, he don't know. Like, you just throw him in the fire. I mean, he got to the Western Conference Finals first year, and then he loses this year. But I'm not blaming everything on them coaches, bro. It's the players. I think everybody be gassed off these guys, and I don't think they like that no more.
So, Brandon, you said, obviously, Darvin in his first season with the Lakers, they got to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. But it's the players' fault this year that they did get past the Nuggets in the first round. So, do the players get the credit for getting to the Western Conference Finals last year? Or
no, for sure. No, they both do. I'm just not blaming everything on Darvin Ham. Like, it's everything just not on him. He's not out there playing. Like, you tell me 10 years in the NBA, I can't coach myself on situations or things that's going on. Yep. And I went to the championship and I played in the playoffs and I've done all these. So you telling me I don't know how to coach myself? If I'm Devin Booker, if I'm KD, if I'm Bill, you telling me I don't know, I can't get these guys in the locker room and get shit together? Oh, so you ain't like that then?
That's real shit, bro.
You're not like that.
We've talked about, we even broke down the film for the Lakers, right? Why they not doing certain things in the fourth quarter, right? And we always also talk about coaches putting a system in. Frank Vogel not having a distinct system in for those guys that's going to contribute them doing what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Like, in order for us to have freedom to coach ourselves, we need a system to always fall back on. So when it's not going right, just run that shit. Right. We know we can get back into our flow, we run that shit. But we see mismatches out here. All right, we're gonna go here. Y'all two go pick and roll over there. We're gonna split on the weak side. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
On defense, look, Luka killing us on the motherfucking ISO when we do the switch. Load up, elbows and boxes. Luka, push him up. Don't let him shoot that step back. Make him drive to us and kick it.
Yeah, or AD under 5 minutes. Yo, we're gonna go to AD every time. I don't care. Don't shoot the ball. Somebody on the court say it.
Turn 4.
Like shit.
Turn
say
5.
it. Tell him, bro, you don't shoot it this time. Like that's what we used to do back when we played. Yo, what's his name? Got it going. All right, yo, we're gonna keep it going over here to Monte. Yo, we can keep going
If
to
it
Johnson.
ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's the conversation that players do have. And it's like, that's why I say, JJ saying it's watered down back then, and I'm looking at it like it's watered down now.
Yeah.
Because we don't even know what's going on out there when we watch. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all ain't even going to what we know what will work. But you know who is? Denver Nuggets.
To your point, Michael
The
Malone.
2 Euros.
Boston.
Michael Malone had
The 2
several
Euros.
seasons with the
Boston.
Nuggets to figure it out. Job was never in jeopardy. Obviously won the chip last year. Looking like they will potentially make a run this year if they can get past the Wolves.
System in place. Players that he likes keep coming back. Everyone's happy.
Boston too, and Miami. Miami in there too. Just
Those
like
3 teams.
Yeah, they play every time.
And OKC's starting to be like that. They've always been a farm system where they can bring those players in and bring them, develop them up. But that used to be San Antonio.
Y'all see you going to the notebook. What are your thoughts on what Barkley had to say?
I don't like him.
You think he's talking about you?
No, I
don't think so.
Because I used to be a fan, right? I'm still a fan. I just don't like how he talks about whose fault it is, because when he was playing, he didn't take no responsibility for what was going on with him.
Yeah.
Right? When he went to the finals against Michael Jordan, or the Western Conference, or the championship and lost, what did they do the next year? What did they do the year after that? Whose fault was it when they went 41-41 and he needed to leave to go try to win a championship? He wasn't good enough then?
With Houston?
Yeah. And then when he got to Houston, teams that won championship, who was out of shape? Who was out of shape that couldn't be healthy for the team they put so much money into you. They put so much money into you to come over there to help them win, but you was out of shape. Not from, me, it's from the players who played with you said you was out of shape. Putting blame on them. Right? Where was the responsibility then? Right? I hate when, you get to a certain stage and you start throwing shots when you were a problem yourself when you played. Right? And, these guys don't have, gambling problems and, problems like that. They really actually care about basketball.
Some of them do, but not at the highest level.
But I'm saying they actually care about basketball. Those guys in Phoenix, they do sit in the gym all day. They don't have a life outside of basketball. Right? And that's because of the generations before us, the listening to the Michael Jordans, the listening to the Kobe Bryants, right? They inspired these players to want to be great. Yeah, they're failing. They don't know how to play with each other. They don't have the structure that, there was back then. But don't throw shots at them when you have a history. Right? Let us ask your teammates who you were when you left Philadelphia, when you left them in a shithole after y'all did Eastern Conference with these veteran players. When you became a veteran, who were you as a player? So I just don't like that crap.
There's a problem I have with that though, because this is what the crowd is doing now. I make a take. I ain't played since 2010. I can't go back out there and play. So why is it that my take has to be compared to my career has to be now compared to LeBron's? Because I don't agree with something he's done. I don't agree with him not boxing out, blah, blah, blah. The first line of defense for anybody that listens to my take is, well, your career didn't pan out. Well, why did your career? I can't go back and change my career. Does that mean I can't make the take? Does that mean I don't have an opinion? Because now we have to make the conversation about me. I don't want to talk about me because we're sitting here talking about you. You the one still playing, not me.
But the problem is, okay, like when Ja had his situation, right? That's like me when Ja had his situation, saying he's an idiot, you're a stupid moron, you should be kicked out of the league, and do all that. Who looks stupid in reality?
You would only look stupid if you didn't agree that was you in that position.
But that's
like
what I'm saying.
I was a moron.
Yes.
I was stupid, and I deserved to be kicked out the league.
and that's-
you wouldn't look stupid by making that statement.
Exactly. That's my point. Right? Is Charles Barkley doing that?
No.
Okay. See,
But
that's
the accountability,
but
you
you have to-
saying.
Has he ever done it though? Like,
No, he don't know. He
when talks
pretend-
about his
he
career,
pretend-
Like he
no,
don't talk about
no,
like
he-
things that he's done.
No, he doesn't. And that's my issue with it. Right? Like, yeah, when I was in this situation, this is how I went about it. Do not do that. Right? You have to take accountability. And that's why I couldn't win. Maybe that's why I didn't win championships, because when I got to Houston, right?
Okay.
These were championship players, and I was coming back with my lazy self.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? They're out there practicing. I'm on a treadmill. I fucked up.
Oh, you facts.
If you do that,
You facts.
then these players wouldn't look at you like, yo, they can Google. We can call Clyde Drexler.
Yep.
They can call Hakeem and say, hey, Sam Cassell, hey, how was he?
Facts.
Hey, Big Shot, how was Bart? Pip, what'd you think about Bart? They have opinions of you, dog.
Yes.
You don't think I called the players like, hey man, what was Charles Barkley like? Because I want to see if you're a contradiction to what you're saying now.
Yep.
You have to be accountable for them to be accountable. You have to be accountable first. If you have the loudest mouth,
Yep.
you're on a national stage. You have to be accountable. Why didn't you win a championship when you had championship team? You as a player, be like, oh, hey man, listen, I was a little. You tell me, look, hey, I ain't making it past the second round because I like to shoot a lot, right?
No.
I take shit personal. Hey, motherfucker, you score on me, I'm taking 3-4 shots. Maybe I didn't pass it to my players a lot.
Aye.
That's why I take accountability, because I have a voice, and I can't throw shots at you without throwing shots at myself.
I've done it. That's why I come on here and I
that's
say.
why I'm not saying we've done
have
that.
to-
Like
and that's
we
why-
always talk about our past and
Yes.
the things that we've done that we could have changed.
But
Right.
let's spin it forward to now and what Barkley's saying about these two squads. How much is it on the players and management's fault, and how much is it on the coaching that they got?
It's everybody's fault.
everybody.
Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It starts off with the grocery shopper who's picking the groceries, right? He ain't picking the groceries to the cook, right? The cook is the coach, right? So whatever he's picking, he has to make sure this is what what kind of meal you
get all
want, what
the
ingredients you
ingredients.
want. I got to get the list from you.
Yep.
Go get it. Then you make the meal.
Facts.
Now the players, they have to be accountable because they have to know how to play. If you don't eat the motherfucking broccoli, I'm not gonna put the broccoli in your face.
Hey, that's crazy.
Right?
What you just did.
Hey,
We gotta
Because
break this.
Frank asked for a specific.
There are
like you
reports-
saying, if Frank is the chef, Frank is like, yo, I need this, this, and this. But you're saying that the niggas is going to the grocery store is like, nah, we gonna cook this up.
They bring
and I
it-
don't give a fuck how you cook it, but this is what we cook.
hey, you do good with fish. I'm in here bringing steak because that's what I like.
Yeah. Now go make a good
Now,
steak.
I'm gonna fire you because you couldn't cook the steak.
And then you gave me fish.
Yeah.
You gave
Yeah,
me
you know what I mean? And that's what ends up happening as the people who are picking. If it doesn't pan out, they're like, well, I'm not gonna fire myself.
That's a fact.
You gotta go.
Wow.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And that,
That's the blueprint.
becomes
That's the blueprint.
and that's why, like, I remember when Doc, when he was with the Clippers, he wanted to be the coach and the GM. That's why Pop is the coach and the GM, right? So he can pick who he wants that fits his. It fits his style of play.
Yep.
That's what made, when we talk about coaching, that's what made Phil great. He gets, these are the players that I need to run this system.
Facts.
And that's what Denver's over there doing. They're picking players that fit the system.
And you're saying Calvin.
That's why Miami's been great.
Calvin Booth is upstairs listening to Mike. Like, hey, what do you really need? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you need that. And like you said, Pat down in Miami. Hey, Spo. Now,
There's a little bit. I'm pretty sure Spo wants a better diet than he's getting.
for sure. But Pat,
I want the filet. Hey, take this
This
Tuesday and make it
This
work.
what we getting. This is what we gonna be cooking. Can you
I
cook it?
know what the training is like these guys training, like how they train in the summer now, because I'm sure it's different from when we were training. Like, you think they train? Like I don't know, like because guys be getting hurt and all that. Like, I want to know, like, what is the training like? How's the training in the summer now? For us guys?
A training should be like when you're talking about outside trainer, right? Outside trainer, that means like let's say I have James Harden, I have Jimmy Butler, I have Giannis, right? These are my three guys. Three total different type of players. And I'm training all of them the same exact way,
Absolutely.
right? I'm doing the same exact thing for all of them, which hurts all of them.
Yep.
Because one, they all play different. They're all in 3 different systems. If I'm gonna put a skill into you, it has to be how you play the game. So that means I have to, as a trainer, talk to your coaching staff. What are the playbooks? What are your plays? How does he score? Where's his plays? I have to do study on you. So when I'm training you to add stuff to how you play already.
Facts.
Right? If you in the triangle, right, like Cole, I can't be giving Cole Jordan Poole's package or James Harden package.
Right, because you'll never be.
I wasted this man's whole summer because he's never going to do any of that. I wasted your whole summer if this is your package. I got to give you the tools for you to be successful in this package. And that's how it's played.
You know why they're doing that? Because the trainers they're picking are giving them packages of their favorite players. You're talking about Chris Brinkley. You're talking about dribble too much. You're talking about even Chris Johnson. All of these guys, right? They're training these guys based on what they think will work on the floor. Instead of, like you said, when we were talking about Hakeem, you're talking about your son. I'm going to dissect what my son does well, what he loves to do on the floor, and we're going to break down the footage on how to make that thing better when you play outside of that. And when I was training, that's the number one thing I focused on. Like, all right, look, let's look at film first. Before we touch a ball, I want to know who you like, why you like them. I want to know what your skill set is, what you like to do, what you don't like to do. I want to see how well you do those things. Then we're going to go on the court and see all of these things. We're going to test all of these theories and these experiments, and then we're going to look for some results behind that. But when you're going out to the guy that's just going to get you seen the most based on your Instagram views or how many people come to this black ops facility and play one-on-ones and 5-on-5s, you're not getting better. And you look at these guys and you go out there and you're like, well, where is he in crunch time? Oh, he wants the James Harden step back. Oh, he got that. Okay, cool. He's trying to do the Euro. Okay, he got that. What else do you got? You don't got the basic fundamentals. And that's why when I was growing up, I was compared to certain guys. And I seen why. Because these guys have fundamentals. Dwayne Wade, Gilbert Arenas was my tweener comparisons coming out of the draft. I didn't handle the ball like they did, but it was if he handled the ball more like that, you would see the resemblances of this because he has the capabilities to do this. But my game, the way I trained, was based on who I liked, what I knew my capabilities was, and the weaknesses that I wanted to make better. These guys, they training in the summer, like you said, they're following the leader.
Yeah.
You're Rico Hines, everybody's out here doing the same drill. You're not individually, privately customizing your own shit to make it better. And the ones we do see do it, Ja Morant, Brunson, guys that are elevating their game every year. They're coming in with some new shit. It's like, oh yeah, they don't train with nobody over here. They're not with Lethal Shooter or none of this other shit. They get here in the bag, finding out what worked for them.
Yo, they compared you to Gil?
Yeah, and draft.net. But this was Gil this was Gil in Golden State.
Like when I seen
He was a tweener. He was a tweener. He was a tweener.
No, serious.
He didn't know. He was 6'3", I was 6'3". That was the only reason between the three of us.
I remember I seen Melo train probably in the summer in my career probably about 20 times. Same routine.
Same routine.
Them logos, the ISOs, the pull-up 1-2 shot from the three, over and over and over. Every year. Then you hear add a little tweak to it. Joe Johnson, the way they train matched the movement in the game. When I watched Kobe, when he took his 500 shots, it's at the elbow.
Yep.
Come, boom. He's doing the whole fake, turn,
triangle,
pump fake, pop, pop. He's not coming down on the pick and roll doing like. And then I'm gonna give you all this for the trainers. It's for free. Okay, half court to the 3-point line. You got cone. You got all your kids doing boom, doing that. Amazing. And then the 3-point line, then it's go for the layup.
Yeah.
It's fucking backwards, right? From the half court to the 3-point line, that's dead space. They are not doing no move. You're just coming down. The three-point line is where the defense is.
Facts.
Okay.
That's when you how many times have you seen a motherfucker just go in there and make a let? That's why your kids, when they get in traffic, they don't know what they're doing.
Turnovers.
Because the traffic that they've been trained to do is from the half court to the three-point line. They sitting there doing all this, pop, 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 and then as soon as they get to the go by the trainer, layup. Like, no, that's when the Euro step has to, that's why they can't move in traffic, because you have to flip it. They come down open, and then three-point line to the, that's when they come with all the creative stuff, because that's where the defense is. So all these drills you're doing, stop, like, think of it logical.
They're killing the imagination. The imagination we create with that dead space is we're seeing the other 5 players come down. This guy's gonna be in front of me at the three-point line.
Yep.
I gotta hit him.
That's the
bang,
first
bang, bang,
one,
bang.
yeah.
That's my first guy. But I'm really not looking at him if I bang him. I'm looking at the other 4 guys. I'm like, all right, now once I pass him, who's the second line of defense now? Okay, this nigga gonna come over, or the back line, he gonna help. I gotta be able to get by him and not only finish, but make the play if this dude is open. We're not seeing that.
Now, that's what I said. It's like I be watching, I'm like, yeah, it's switch dogs. Y'all gotta take these cones, put them inside the three-point line as movement and defense. Like, I came off the pick and roll, he stopped me, I had to cut back, and that's when you get creative. The creative is here is like, y'all doing these kids this.
But it's boring though, right?
And you know what I do?
What's boring?
You know what I do?
The cone.
I go on a page and put fire emojis.
What's boring is what he's saying is the fundamentals.
in your bag.
You see your bag.
The tediousness of what we have to do to bring that to the young kid's head is that you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
It's not fun. Think about the cone from the half court to the three-point line. That's fun. I'm going in my bag.
Oh, look at
I'm
me
in my
cooking.
bag.
Yeah.
In my bag,
And
yeah.
then I go lay up, right? Instead of fundamentally, come down here. We're gonna be waiting for you.
Come down.
Now you got to go in your bag where it's tight, and we can strip that shit. Like if we're trainers and we're training Elijah, come down. You got to hit Gil, and I'm helping on the nail, and I'm about to strip that shit every time you hit him. I'm here, and then Brandon's coming to help in the weak side. You got to hit all 3 of us.
Yeah.
That's harder, but it's boring because you're gonna do this shit for an hour straight. Same move.
Yo.
You got to show us.
Yo, how would you get with Jordan Poole this summer for his training to get him back, or is it more mental?
For him, it's more just simple basketball, right? He already has the tools. Like, the stuff he does, we call it, it's Sports Center basketball, right? Which, that's 1 or 2 plays. The stuff he's doing is a reaction to something, right?
Okay.
Meaning, I came down, you cut me off, boom. And then you was fast enough to coming back out, and then I hit you with another move and went and scored, right? Those, you can't play basketball with that mindset that, oh, I'm gonna make him do this and do that so I can be on sport. It's regular, right? 90% of your game should be how Devin Booker, Kawhi, that's the simple part of it. The Kyrie. When he's sitting here, do-do, and then someone came here and he recognized it and then spent off. You don't practice that shit, dog. That's just in that's just in you.
It's the instinct.
Right? You can't sit there and, all right, coach, come, spin. You're never gonna do it in the game because that's not how the play developed, right? You gotta have simple basketball. You have to be an expert at the fundamentals first.
Okay.
Everything got the step back, that comes later. You have to be a shot maker first. Like, anybody can shoot. We all can shoot. Are you a shot maker? Do you make shots?
Facts.
Right? So he has to focus on, hey, 1-2 pull up, right? I have the pull up right here. Why do I need to do a double step back to the three-point line? Get the guarantee 2.
Guaranteed.
Got you.
Get the guarantee 2. It's 2 points. There's sometimes like someone got a rebound. Oh, it was PJ. PJ got the offensive rebound, right? And then, PJ's, fine, hit the 3. Sometimes it might just need to get the rebound and back
go
up.
up.
Yeah.
Get the guarantee 2.
Yep.
Get the guarantee 2 first. Stop looking for the 3. I know it's 1 more point, but the percentage is shorter. Just grab it. Okay.
It's boring.
Get to.
That's boring. But like you said,
You can't be bored with scoring buckets.
exactly, because they don't understand that a bucket is a bucket.
But it's
Regardless,
how they getting it.
It's how it looks.
How they getting it.
How
I know.
looks.
It's
Yeah,
just how,
that's what I'm saying. Like you just said, when you get there, you got this 2 right here guaranteed. Man, it's a bucket. But if I step back, and I fade on this nigga with the one leg up,
It's gonna look better.
highlight.
So, yeah, it's not bad.
And it feels
That's-
better. It's tough.
Yeah, it's so wrong. It's so backwards.
It's like today, or just even in the greatest players. They need to be mindful of when it becomes too easy. Do not get bored with that, because even with Kobe, it becomes so easy that he was like, I can shoot this, but let me just wait till the double team comes. So when the double team comes, I can do the pump fake, because you can't, like you have to be like even with James Harden, like if James Harden wants to score 30, no one can stop him.
Right.
What he does is that became so easy for him that he had to add the ba 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 ba. He had to add it to make it seem like, okay, y'all are doing so. I got to make the defense a little bit easier. When sometimes you just got to come out there and just, hey, don't be bored. Hey, 2-point motherfucker. All right, 2, 2. Like I'm not gonna shoot it. I'm not shooting no motherfucking step back 3 until you really stop me first.
Degree of difficulty, right? The difference between Kobe, Mike, and Bron. Bron makes the shit look easy. Mm-hmm. He don't want to make it difficult. I take you down here. I'm getting my 2. I back you down. I give my 2. I make the right play. Boom, boom, boom. It's boring because it's easy. You bigger than everybody. You stronger than everybody. What made Kobe and them so cold is because it was so tough. Oh, that's tough. Even Kyrie. We look at Kyrie with that 3-on-1.
Scoring 40,000.
That's tough.
Scoring 40,000 points is tough.
It is tough, but it was easy for him.
But that's what I said. Now the Kyrie,
it was easy. It was a walk in the park.
But I said the Kyrie move, right? That was just the one highlight.
One.
The other 30-something points just
easy. Easy. Mm-hmm. But see, he made it tough when he needed to and he wanted to.
And that's what people don't understand. You have to watch the game, dog.
Yes.
Right, watch the whole game and see how the whole game playing versus just watching the highlights of a move. You have to watch the whole game to see why this player's great. Man, right, to watch Luka, watch how he plays the game. Okay, boom, easy. Floater, pump fake, get in there, boom, boom, easy. Now once he done hit 10 straight, now
it's time to
now he gonna come out there and fuck with you.
Yeah.
Sit there with the boom, boom, boom.
Nigga, come on over here.
So let's keep this thing moving. We're gonna talk little playoffs, but we're gonna go first. Y'all talking about
the
Kyrie,
Lakers?
What's that? It's over. It's over.
Huh? What's that?
What? Oh, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
You finally pulled the T-shirt out.
Yeah.
Is that sexy red?
Yeah, sexy. Sexy, Lexi red.
Sexy red.
2 big playoff games last night. Y'all talked about Kyrie and Luka, so let's start in LA. Clippers were feeling good heading back to LA after a Game 4 win in Dallas to tie the series. Maybe a little too good. So before the game, there was an ad on a billboard near the arena trolling the Mavs with flights from Dallas to Cancun, but the Clippers came out and said they had nothing to do with it. But let's talk about this Mavs squad. After Mavs Game 4 loss.
Yeah, right.
That's just a bad omen, you know,
right.
especially for a franchise.
All right.
They say ain't nothing to do. We got the ultimate respect for the Mavs, but that's what was trending before the game.
It was 2-2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bad joint right there.
That's a bad. Yeah.
That's nasty work.
Yeah,
that's Clipper type shit, dog.
Yeah.
I guess they thought that's Clipper Nation right there. That's Clipper Nation.
No,
they said they didn't have nothing to do with it.
That's cap. Because only them think that if they win the next game, somehow the series is over. Only them, right? Not it's 3-1 or it's 3-2, and then this is the last game. The fact that if they won, they still had another game. Clipper shit.
So after the Mavs Game 4 loss, Luka said he needs to do more to help Kyrie, and he entered Game 5 dealing with an illness and sprained knee, and said before the game he likely wouldn't have played if it was a regular season game, but this is the playoffs, and Luka magic was in full effect. So Luka had his best game of the series, dropping 35 points, 10 assists and 7 rebounds. He was 14 for 26 from the field and was a plus 28 in the game. Cooking this squad like that. Kyrie finished with 14.6 dimes, 4 rebounds.
Jesus.
And Maxi Kleber was big off the bench with 15 points, 5 for 7 from 3, including 4 threes in the second quarter.
Yeah, he hit some big threes.
Yeah, he hit some big shots in that second quarter. to help the Mavs pad their leads. The Mavs started their quarter on a 14-0 run. Did not look back. Oh, come get this work, please, Terrence Mann. So, talk about the Clippers side. Harden and PG combined for 66 points in Game 4, but followed that up with a combined 22 points in Game 5. PG had 15, Harden had 7. They were combined 6 for 25 from the field, 3 for 13 from 3. The Mavs, took control of the game in the second half, went on to win by 30 points. That 30-point defeat is the largest loss in Clippers playoff history. So we talked about Cancun.
That makes sense. That means it's not like they have long history of playoffs.
Yeah. But now the Mavs head back to Dallas with a chance to send the Clippers to Cancun. So those Dallas to Cancun flights looking like they might be for the Clippers now if they can't get it done in Game 6. But let's talk about Luka. What changed for Luka in Game 5?
I think just watching the game, he drove a lot more. He didn't settle like he was doing, the first 2 games where, because he can get a shot on anybody, as you can see. I think this time he decided he was just going to drive. And, this needs to be studied by trainers. Like, this guy is slower than everybody else. No one is cutting him off because he knows how to use his arms, he knows how to use his body, and he doesn't change directions ever until you make him change. He doesn't just change on his own. Like you're gonna stay on the side, he's gonna just keep going, right? You have to get in front of Luka before he even thinks about changing directions. And that's a skill in itself. But for the most part, he just stayed downhill, stayed attacking, didn't settle much.
I like his patience. He was very patient. And when you think about Kyrie exploding for that 40 and then they losing that game, and to change the dynamic and Luka understanding that, that 40 didn't get them over the top and that he needs to get back to his shit. Like, he just went back to his bag. It was like, all right, let me go back, see where the pressure is on this team. Where can I pressure them? And I think most of the pressure he put on James. James has not done well when he's got his back against the wall. And to see James come back and do back-to-back 30-point games would give us old school James Harden feel. But I think he's just falling back into this whole, this new era. He's falling in love with being complacent. I'm looking for Zubac for the first quarter. And we need 11-point first quarter James Harden. We need set the tone James Harden. We here to knock your ass out James Harden. But Luka was able to say, look, man, I'm going to set the tone here. I'm going to be patient throughout the game. I'm going to put these guys on my back, and we're gonna do it like this. And I like that about Luka. He's taking leadership role based on his patience and seeing where the game go. And he got Kleber, that's his name? Kleber?
Kleber. Apparently the people in the chat are correcting me. I said Kleber. I don't give a fuck either way.
Yeah, Kleber.
Dang, Joe!
So aggressive.
I like that job.
I'm
What's in his cup?
So aggressive. I don't give a fuck either way.
Little Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but getting them involved early is,
Kleber, fuck.
you got people on your side. You got people
Yeah.
on your side. So I like their pace and everything like that.
But when he's just playing and like when he's playing and he's not like whining and like complaining and stuff like that, they're good. But when he start getting into it with the refs and complaining a lot, I think he loses focus on the game and what's going on. So when he's just playing and he's just hooping and just letting the game be the game, everything is gonna be all right.
So clever. Dallas was smart, right? They realized James Harden was going to attack Luka every time.
Every time.
Right? With Kyrie on him, because Kyrie is a little faster, when James is sitting there probing, it takes more dribbles for James to try to get around Kyrie. So what you're doing is you're tiring him out with Kyrie, and then once the pick and roll comes, then you get on Luka. A lot of time has went down. So it seemed like that's what they changed in that last game, where when he's trying to get around Kyrie, he usually wants to, if Kyrie decides to fall, he's gonna get a lot of charges.
Facts.
If he tries to if he baits him a little bit, he can get that off because James is gonna push off a lot, right? To try to get open. So that was smart. That was smart on Jason Kidd by switching.
And
Kyrie guarding him early, and then if it does come pick and roll, now he doesn't have that time to just go by.
Facts.
go by Luka as fast and then give James everything he wants.
I noticed this with James though. When James is being guarded by an actual hooper who know his style, he defers.
Because not just that, Kyrie want that issue.
He does, but Kyrie know what you're doing.
issue.
Kyrie is an elite hooper, so he knows like James want this, and he gonna go left. Let me stay there. I'm here, James. What's up? What's next? What's your counter? Pass it.
But this is where I wish like that relationship with James was earlier. I mean, it's never too late, but this is when in the summertime he works on post play. Right now, if he has Kyrie, bring it down. Right now you're closer with the same bag.
Yep.
Now all you do is you can sit there and jape, boom, step back, and you're right at him. Right, that one dribble you're already at the rim. So this is how you counter a Kyrie movement. Right, they put Kyrie on you. All right, pass, go right to the block. Now I'm gonna ISO right here. Right, Luka at top. Now you get to play the mismatch game, right? San Antonio, when I had Tony Parker on me, I didn't waste going pick and roll, straight to the post.
Yep.
I'm going to go to the post. Now they're going to say, all right, Bruce, you get him. Now, Bruce, let's play pick and roll because I know you ain't good on the pick and roll.
Fact.
So now pick and roll and ISO Bruce at the top. Now they switch it, go back to the post. You have to have different packages for different players, right? Now, it ends up happening is, you're walking the ball down, it's 15 on the clock. Now you got Kyrie. Now you got to call over, get the Luka. Now it's 8 on the clock. 8 on the clock, you can only do one thing. You got to shoot.
Facts.
If you had Luka with the 16, now you can hit him, drive. Now you got the lob. Now you got the pitch out. They take that away from you because you don't have that second bag for the smaller guards.
And that would change his whole dynamic if he got that post game face up with that step back.
Just all you jab, step back. It's you can do like when D Wade learned how to do it. We're gonna post up and then I'm gonna just bank you from here.
All day long. All day long, face up back. Nigga, what?
They were screaming behind the Dallas bench, shoot!
What were they screaming behind the Dallas
They
bench?
was telling Russ to shoot every time. They were screaming it. Everybody.
I would have too.
It was like, shoot! And then if you go look at the stats.
So why don't they play Bones when Russ struggling?
I don't know.
Don't trust him yet.
Really?
I don't.
But he was hooping in them.
Yeah. No, he been hooping in the regular season with them.
He's been in the doghouse.
Yeah, something happened.
That's what. Man, listen. When you're a coach, and this is for a lot of coaches, either it's about you or it's about winning, right? It's only two. You or winning. Meaning, if you say you're about winning, how we talk to each other shouldn't matter.
Facts.
Right? Because obviously I'm about winning too. So if we have a altercation, you sub me out or I said something, that shouldn't take away the winning aspect. So a benching a player, saying I don't fuck with him, he's in the doghouse, right? All that just to try to prove a point, that is not winning basketball. Right, so if I can, hey, fuck you, and then you like, are you done saying fuck me? Are you ready to go back in? Well, get your ass back in.
I love a coach like that.
That's a winning coach.
I love that.
It's not personal, right? It's not about my ego. It's about winning. I'm not going, you late to the bus, right? And I have a no late policy. You still gonna play the 48 minutes, goddammit, after the policy kicks in. Right, I want to win. I'm not stupid.
Right.
I want to win, motherfucker. After the game, we won a championship. After we finish cheering, motherfucker, get on the line.
Right.
Get on the line,
goddamn. Find you. Get fined or
motherfucker, here, do your suicides.
Yeah. But
that's after.
After.
Because you're telling your team that your pride is more important.
Mm-hmm. And you're trying to set an example.
Yeah, you're trying to set an example, risking wins, risking everything. Like there's no. You're late, so this guy get to start. This guy didn't earn shit. No, you.
Man, think about that though with Russ. Think about Russ. If Russ go 3 for 11 or 1 for 10, right, and he does not get replaced, in his mind, he don't have a replacement. In his mind, he can continue to keep going 1 for 10. Like he know he playing bad, but think about when you know you playing bad and you got a replacement.
Did Bones get in yesterday?
At the end?
Yeah.
How many minutes at the end?
Like 3 minutes, last 3 minutes.
You was down 30 all the way damn near at halftime. But those are the things. If you see your team
Played 7 minutes.
but listen, you see your team they don't have it, right? It's easy to say it now, but as a coach, I'm pretty sure you think, hey, we gonna make a comeback. We gonna make
Fine, let's just cut it.
Sometimes you might need a fuck it dude, where you just at the end of the third, this player and give me, hey Bones, get in, hey,
Fuck shit up.
give me something. You got 3 minutes to give me something.
Fuck some shit up.
Right? He might come in, they don't have a scouting report for him. He might come in, do some shit, boom, six straight points. Now we back in the game.
Old boy Hardy from Dallas had 13 points in the last 5 minutes. No,
the
with the
Hardy.
headband. Hardy,
Yeah.
number 3. And he's a bucket getter.
Yeah.
And he's just upset that he over there sitting down. I don't get to play. Yeah. Fuck it. When I get in, it's
I'm
up.
shooting that. I'm shooting that shit.
You have to.
I mean, but you know, when you're out there,
Those are the
still
things.
auditioning.
That's same thing with with Cleveland. They didn't bring young fella up, Amani Bates.
They didn't?
I don't think so. But those are the guys you need right now because you don't know when you're gonna need a grenade.
Facts.
Right? Shit getting tight in here. You might
Over there. I got one.
boom. Oh shit. Hey, that worked.
Because you got one, though. Knowing that you got a grenade.
But that's the thing,
and
too.
not
I think
throwing
they
it.
don't be wanting to work. Like, they don't want to be like, oh, I told you so, or, hear that. Like, should have been.
That's the
should have
coach's
been.
worst nightmare.
It's like all that.
Knowing you got a nigga that can help you over here,
And then they actually come do it.
and they
you
in the
like,
doghouse with you, and you gotta go get him, and you hoping that he doesn't do what you thought he was going. You're like, all right, I know you ain't gonna give me nothing. Then he go give you some shit. You like, damn, I should have been playing.
Prove me wrong. I want my players to prove me wrong. I don't think you can shoot. You come out there and hit 7 threes.
Thank you, boy. Thank you.
I'm smart.
Thank you.
Y'all talked about Westbrook. Westbrook had a solid game 1. I think he was 5 for 9 from the field. But for the series, he's averaging 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 26% from the field, 25% from 3, and 60% from the free throw line.
Nasty.
So at this point, do you keep rolling with Westbrook, or do you look to some of these younger guys to?
I'm down 2-3. Right now I don't have the leisure to experiment though.
Yeah.
Right? I can't.
What could you lose from it?
The series.
Nah, you're losing. You're only gonna lose 6 points. Only thing you're losing is what? Bones not coming in and giving you 6. Bones can give you 6 with the second unit. Running with Norman them, he can give you 6. Give you 2 threes. He can get to the bucket, to the free throw line.
I mean, he could pick up full 94.
Yes,
But he's gonna hit that open shot that Russ missing. That's 29% from the 3.
Energy.
But those are the things that you have to do. Like I can't say, you have to earn my respect or earn playing time, and I'm never giving you a chance to earn them.
Facts.
Right? If I call you in, let's say, Luka went out or Luka got 2 fouls. I know if Luka guards Bones, I know Bones is blowing past this dude hey, you know what? Hey, go in real quick.
Let me check it out.
The last 2 minutes, let me see what you got.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes. What's going to happen?
Get in
What
your
is
bag.
Bones shooting from the 3?
Like, yo, go get in your bag.
But what's so
with Luka.
funny is
Like, he can go get
Bones
his
ain't even going to settle.
He not scared of that moment
That's
either.
what I said. I gotta-
He's like, I want that. You want me to do what?
Yeah.
The Bones have played 2 games this series, only averaging 5.5 minutes, shooting 25% from 3, 50% from the field. He's averaging 5.5 points and 2 assists.
Wait, 5 points?
5 points.
Nick, he needs to play.
Come on, man.
Bro, he needs to
At
play.
50% from the field, too.
Bro, he needs to play. You give me 5 minutes, I get 5 points. Put me in the fucking game.
The only reason I say that is because it happened to me in real time. We're playing against Minnesota. Coach called me, and then in the middle of the game, dog, at the end of the 3rd quarter, Gil, get in. Now, you know how you just sitting there watching? Yo, young fella, Gil, get in.
He be talking to me. Did he say something?
Yo, young fella, get in. Me?
I don't never go in.
I'm over here like, it's the 3rd quarter, right?
Never go in.
Like, oh, shit. 3rd quarter. I got in the 3rd quarter.
Heart racing like a motherfucker.
Scored 8 points. Get 8 points last couple minutes, tied the game up, right? They wasn't finishing, tied the game up. Tie game, sit on the 4th quarter, nigga. We lost. Shit, I felt like a motherfucker. Like, Coach, throw me in, dog.
He fucking with me.
Yep.
Nah, but that moment
That moment right there, I put him in the middle of the game for some shit I did last game. right? You know, played against, we were down to the Hawks by like 20-something, put the whole bench in, and we came back, lost to a game winner. We're down 20-something. Came all the way back, lost to, they had to put the starters back in, lost to Jason Terry hitting the game winner.
Fact. All
The
that
fans loved it, so we were down, put me in, gave that energy, tied the game up, got the clap, moved on.
That's all it
That
take.
right there is
All it take, man.
That's
But
all
it'd be the assistant coach like, hey, why don't we try Gills?
It's always the assistant that be knowing though. It's never really. It's the assistants. Like if you can get that one assistant
That's on your side. Like, hey man, why don't we?
like you good.
Because the coach don't even really be thinking about the rotations, like who could help and who not. It's the assistants. It's like, hey man, why don't we try what we tried last time? You remember when Gil did it?
Try some shit. Like right now, but that's why your coaching staff have to be smart. They have to be edgy. So when I'm sitting there going with the fucking rotation that I normally go with, and the coach like, hey, young fella look like he ready today. He got in his eye today.
I seen him in warm-up.
I seen him in warm-ups. He warmed up hard, put him in for 2 minutes. We need a little spark. Like, all right.
Let's try it.
Let's try it. Right? Same thing with like a player like the Nazis. Right? We down and we need some shit to go.
Listen.
Hey, the Nazis, get your ass in here in a couple
shake
minutes.
some shit up,
Shake some shit up.
Oh, dead ass.
You know
Like
what I mean?
tonight,
Like,
a hard foul.
Because you know why? This is what it does. We're at home. Whenever he gets in, the crowd gets hyped.
crazy.
I might have to put him in, get the building electrified.
Facts.
Right? There's things like
It's Lil
you have to
Giannis.
be. That's what it is.
Lil Giannis.
You have to be in the game in real time to really understand. There's these little moments
Yep.
that you have to insert it that you don't know what's going to happen. A little boat here. Hey, Giannis, get in last minute. Go out there, try to get a rebound and steal, motherfucker foul. Get in there.
They get a tip dunk.
The crowd gets the hyping. I can sub you out, put the starters back in. They feel that vibe. Here we go. That's all we needed.
So let's talk a little Kawhi. During the game, Kawhi was spotted by Melissa Stetton on the Clippers bench. And all he could do was watch.
Who?
I'm just saying, that, when we shot the video, he looked frustrated being sidelined, unable to help his team. So Clippers won their 2 games in the series without Kawhi. Led a lot of people, we had this discussion to see, how important would he be to this series. But did this game show how important Kawhi is to the Clippers?
Remember what we said though. When they won game 1, then they won game 3 without him.
Game 1 and 4.
1 and 4.
Yeah.
And PG and James both hooped out. And we're like, hey, look, PG, Kawhi, you need to take the back seat right now because we don't know when we'll need you to take the front seat. Now we seen this game play out without him. I might have been fool's gold. Kawhi, do we bring you back in to say we need to shake something up now because it didn't?
Can he come back?
Because it didn't work?
No,
I think it's not fool's gold.
It's not fool's gold. It's this is James Harden has to really this is on him, in a sense where you don't have the luxury, right? You don't have the luxury not to take 20 shots. I'm sorry, not you. The other two. The other two are taking combined 50 shots, right? So. The 50 is going to come from you. You two got to match them two. Then Russell and Zubac, they get to fill in and beat their position. But if you're saying, all right, I'm not going to shoot today, Russ, you got to match Kyrie, that's unfair to Russ.
Yep.
Right? Russ has a matchup and he has his second unit to control. That means, James, you have to be matching Luka at all times. If he taking shooting, you got to take it. You got to do the same thing.
We have to accept James for who he is. This is historical James.
Nah,
You know why? You know why? James has a playoff record, isn't it, of 9 games in the playoffs where he shot more than 10 times and he's only made 2 or fewer field goals. 9 different times in the playoffs. So what Shaq was saying last night was, James, this is completely unacceptable because you ain't taking enough shots. You're not acting like this shit is really on the line. And what you're giving us is the James Harden playoff vibe that never really got to the second or the third round because you fucking choked up in the last 2 motherfucking games of the fucking eliminator or to tie it up. You just didn't show the fuck up. And we still don't know why you do this.
Yes, I think, to be honest, it's something that he has to really look back and why does he go like, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know how athletes.
They're calling you stat man in the chat. I just want to point that out.
I've been hanging with Gil.
You know how players get, man. You say something to a player like, oh man, you need to pass the ball around, or you read something about being a pure point guard and leading a team, and sometimes those things creep in, and we got to prove like I can get 10 assists, I can get 15 assists.
That's true.
Right? That happens.
That's true.
Right? And sometimes, and that's why my phone was like that. I don't want to talk to. I don't want to talk to no media. Don't talk to me before the game. I don't want whatever you thinking. I don't want it to creep into what my mind is saying right now.
Yep.
Right? So if he's going to the game thinking he needs to get 10 assists, no, the fuck you don't. You need 40. Right? For y'all to beat them, because I can tell you this.
Yeah.
Luka ain't trying to get 20 assists. He ain't gonna never go for 10 points, 20 assists. He's trying to get. We are talking. He's having a bad series, and the motherfucker's averaging 29. Right.
Crazy.
So therefore, we know where his mindset is. You need to go. I don't know if you need to pop in the highlight tape. There's a whole bunch of them on YouTube. There's some shit on YouTube. All you do is just type in your name, James Harden buckets. You're gonna see a whole lot of good shit, right? All you do is just look at it.
Facts.
Before the game.
Facts.
Look, you only took 3 shots in the first quarter. Hey, give me that iPad, motherfucker. You ain't doing nothing with it.
Let me see that.
James Harden. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go in the game. Do everything this motherfucker was doing on here.
That's what I
dropping people, looking at them fall.
Yeah, no,
do
seriously.
that, because that's the only way you get out of the series. You're not getting out of the series taking 9 shots. I don't know who you think you have on your team with you. You can't afford to take 9 shots when you have the ability to score 30.
So you think he's out there people pleasing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why and who?
Just
Why and who?
Why?
Just because of what's been said.
No different than anybody. When you don't. Same thing when Russ was by himself, he didn't have KD, and he went out there, had that 31, 11, and then Paul George comes, and then he has 21. I have Paul George, right? I need to get him the buckets. We do it to ourselves, right? And James sometimes, all right, I got to get Paul, I got to get this person off, when Paul's going to do what Paul's going to do.
Yeah, the game dictates.
Remember, Paul is the guy he's creating his own shot. The only way the rest of the team actually functions is you. When you drive and give Zubac the easy buckets, when you Terrence Mann, like the other players rely on you being ultra aggressive.
So
9 shot at first quarter.
First quarter.
And for the game, no. If I read and say, all right, I don't even got to look at the final score. I just look at the stat sheets. All right, he took 12, 9. Oh, they must have got their ass whooped. You didn't even take enough shots to even put yourself in the category of winning.
But we down 20 at some point. As an elite hooper, you have to be like, I got to step this up. I got to shoot more shots. Even him and Paul in the huddle, it's got to be, hey, we got to turn it up. We got to turn it up, bro. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Let's go back to the playground with these niggas. Yep. We got to do something, because if we come out and we only shot 9 for the whole game and we lost by 30, man, that's embarrassing, bro.
So we will see if the Clippers can right the ship in Game 6.
25 and 25 shots each. 25 and 25 shots each. That's the only way, because the other two is going. Kyrie didn't have. The reason Kyrie didn't take 20-some shots because he didn't have to.
Yeah.
We up.
We up.
I'll pick and probe when I need to shoot. Other than that, we up. So shit. So ain't no point in getting ultra aggressive right now.
Before we move on, we asked the chat 2 poll questions. We said, would you bench Russ? 57% said yes.
Damn.
And said, did Game 5 prove the Clippers need Kawhi? 68% said yes. We will see what happens in Game 6, if he's available or not. If the Clippers will be heading from Dallas to Cancun. But let's head up to.
Because I know damn well if Dallas wins, brother, I know that I'm putting Cancun in LA. I'm buying a billboard right off the.
Shit, they can fly from Dallas to Cancun from there right after.
Right after the game.
It'll be signed. Like I already have signs, but I will put it right outside the new stadium. A billboard.
Oof.
Clippers to
In the
Cancun.
heart of Inglewood. Well, let's head over to the Eastern Conference. The Celtics were back in Boston for Game 5 against the Heat with a comfortable 3-1 lead. Made light work of the defending Eastern Conference champ with a gentleman's sweep to advance to the second round. We're not going to waste y'all time showing the highlights. Derek White followed up his playoff career high 38 points in Game 4 with 25 points in the series clincher, going 8 for 13 from the field, 5% from 3. Jaylen Brown finished with 25 points and 6 rebounds.
Nasty.
Jason Tatum had 16 points and 12 rebounds. The Celtics had an 18-point lead after the first quarter, led by as much as 37 in the game. Now they await the winner of the Cavs Magic in the second round. But after the game, Jason Tatum was asked about his Celtics squad and word going around that they can get out tough and they're not tough enough. And this is what he had to say.
The world we live in, it's got to be something wrong with every team. That's what they like to say. And, you can see how talented we are. I think it's lazy or easy to say that, teams can out-tough us, right? And I never understood that. Like, what's the definition of tough? Like, having the louder guys on your team, like that shit don't make you tough. Everybody has their own definition of what toughness is. It's playing the right way, showing up every day to do your job without complaining. I think that's being tough.
That sweater is nasty.
Like good nasty or bad nasty?
Bad.
Then I like that sweater.
Liked it?
It looked all right.
Bad. Bro, he be very.
Y'all worried about everything?
But they be dressing him very colorful.
I don't be judging nobody's motherfucking dress code or no motherfucking wardrobe. Y'all motherfucking be dressing. When motherfucker judge me what I'm wearing, I'm looking at you fucking crazy.
I like it. It was
Motherfucker looking at my.
I mean, he's into fashion. I'm like, that's a nice.
Look at
sweater.
you judge what a bitch wearing. Don't be judging what the fuck I'm wearing, man.
So fashion aside, what'd you think about Tatum's comments?
No, he is right about the definition of tough. Like, you don't have to be the loudest. Like, you just got to get it done. Like you said, just get it done. It doesn't matter, if you rah-rah or all that. It's just, they'll show their toughness when they holding up the trophy or in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Which, all signs are pointing to.
I mean, when it comes to just the big bad wolf, to them, Miami was considered the big bad wolf. Like, they got out tough. So the fact that they beat them by 22 points a game in those 4 wins. I mean, it wasn't even a series. Let's just be honest. There was no part of the game besides tip ball that Miami thought they can win the game. Right? They got manhandled every single game. Like, they need the game Miami won. It was a miracle. They had to make history. Right? It was a history. Other than that, you lost by 20, 14, 34. Like, yeah, at this point, y'all shouldn't even been in the playoffs because this is the worst beatdown in the playoffs.
Well, don't have Jimmy Butler.
I don't care.
I'm just telling you.
Not the way. Then I say when Jimmy had when Jimmy put that
the troll
don't let us win one. I was like, we know what happened to them when it did it, so it's gonna happen the same year. It's the karma.
Unnecessary.
And you're not playing. Why would you do that?
Yeah. But they weren't. They weren't supposed to be there.
But let's talk about Tatum. Since joining the league, Jason Tatum has the most playoff wins and most playoff points of any player. Celtics have made the playoffs in each of his 7 seasons, 1 finals and 4 conference finals appearances during that time frame. But when you look around the league, he seems like a guy. We talked about this with the MVP race and the traditional criteria. Celtics were the #1 team in the league, by an extremely comfortable margin. Why doesn't Tatum get more love for all the success he's had? And what would a ring do to solidify him as an elite player in the league? Would a ring solidify him as an elite player in the league?
I think from the optics, I think he's in this rare lane of young success without the ring, right? Magic won the ring when he first got in. Bird won a ring within his first couple of years, right? Tim Duncan won a ring in first couple of years. So usually, those early picks, they go on bottom-feeding teams, and it takes them a couple of years to build up their team. He's had success. He's been to the finals. He's won 50-something. Like, he's had all the success, but no ring. And I think people are holding him to his success and not winning. They're like, why haven't you won? Well, shit, I went to the finals at 22 years old. Let me know who's went there, and then you can be like, oh, Magic, this and this. they have the ring to they got that early ring to say these are champions. So the fact that he hasn't had a champion, but he's the youngest person to have this much success, he's kind of frowned upon for some odd
Only
reason.
26 years old.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's still only 26 years old.
He's a prodigy, first and foremost, right? St. Louis, he has an expectation. I think going to Boston and them rebuilding that team up to where it is now, I don't think there was an expectation of a ring. I think the people who have an expectation of him are unrealistic simply because of who is his competition that have been winning rings. Steph, LeBron, Giannis won one. We don't know where the fuck that came from because we wasn't expecting it at all. Joker, he won one. We wasn't expecting that. That came out of nowhere. So every other championship beyond those two have been Bron or Steph. Right, this is your competition that you're going up against, and you like, all right, I'm third fiddle to these guys at this age. Let's wait till they wash out, right?
Yep.
Let's wash them out. Who's left for the expectation to win the championship now? Me, Ant-Man. Ja, if he put himself in position to get a championship type team, it's us, Luka. It's us three. Embiid.
You know,
like it's a changing of the guard where I think Jason Tatum's in front of all of them because he's been there earlier. Like now that I've been here when they was here and I went up against these guys, I've been here, I'm proven to get here with a young team as the leader. Once LeBron get out, once Steph is moved and we got that gray hair old shit out the way.
it's just that them other guys, they coming though.
But those are individuals. We talking about the team. Him leading this number one team, Boston, like he put them in position to be number one. We juggernauts out here.
I think
we should walk through. We should walk through.
He has to win a ring.
I think he has to win a ring this year.
But do you already consider him elite in this league? That's the most important.
Elite?
No, he's been elite.
He's been elite. For a minute.
He's a prodigy.
Oh yeah, elite. Yeah.
So what does that ring actually do?
The ring for him puts him into the category where he's been tiptoeing around, right? The same rate like when Magic won it the first year, right? His first year, he already got put into a category, right? Which takes usually guys 5-6 years to get put in a category, right? Same thing with Duncan. Once you get the ring, it puts you into a certain category, right? He went to the Eastern Conference Finals as a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? He's been to how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's been there 4 times.
4 times.
This is going to be 5. So he's going to be to the Eastern Conference Finals 5 times. That doesn't happen for anyone. The only people that's happened to, they won championships.
And LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron, but he's getting that kind of. But what's so
I'm about
funny?
to say, he about to
He's
start
getting
getting
that
that.
treatment.
He about to start getting
He's
that.
getting that treatment without the LeBron bag that came, that name,
backing, yeah.
that backing. So he's getting that same treatment, like.
It don't mean nothing.
Yeah, you went there. All right, you been there 4 times. You ain't win shit. Like, wait, hold on, dog. You can't do that because the people you're going to compare to got there after 26, 27. They got there. If not, they already had they already had an older guy with the torch. And then when you was ready, here it is. He didn't have that. He didn't have that older guy to say, all right, young fella, we done won a couple, we done got there, now it's your turn. He will be getting the torch right now. We will be judging him for his greatness right now. We did that at 19, which was unfair. Right, you said he's the youngest what?
So in this, the last 7 seasons, most playoff wins, most points.
But besides what? Magic? How many players can win? Magic, Kobe. I mean, Tim was a little older when he came into the league, right? He was 4 years out of college, so, I mean, just off, you're going to say what? LeBron, Magic. They probably have the most playoff experience by the age of, 26, right?
Yep.
Right, it's going to, I mean...
Yeah. He got to win it this
I
year.
mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
he got to win it this
But that's
year.
what I'm saying. It's like, when we think about champions, besides Magic, right? There's not really a lot of young champs that got young early, being dominant themselves, right? So it's like it's like we forget what made the greats the great, and we're comparing the greats. We're putting these young kids to the greats when the greats was them.
It was grinding. They grinded for it.
They had to grind for it, and his grind. Even though that team wasn't the Eastern Conference champion team, they got there.
Yep.
Right,
But it's time. If you really think about it, like you said, Steph gone, Bron gone.
KD gone.
KD gone.
KD gone. As far as the playoffs are concerned, the juggernauts are out of there.
Yeah.
The storyline guys are gone.
There's still one in the West Coast.
And that's
Yeah,
why I
but still-
said
There's still one
in the West.
Ant-Man in Minnesota and Boston in the finals, because that's the only real storybook that can line up for the next years down the line. Boston versus Minnesota. Ant-Man versus Tatum.
You don't feel like Joker and the Nuggets? That's it.
Yeah,
I think they're there.
Nuggets, and-
But that's the dynamic that Ant-Man's going to have to overcome, just like Jordan and the Pistons, right? It's like Jordan got to get past these guys who are proven, and once I get past them, y'all cake. Every season, we know how to beat you. You may beat us because you're good enough. You're Joker, y'all won. But we know how to get over this hump. Now, we just want that and go over there.
See, Ant-Man's in the same situation. You have this Ant-Man, Shea not so much because he's 26. So him and Tatum is the same age. Right? So you see how, you see the difference, right?
You're on to something.
They're both the same age, but one doesn't have so much success that you're like, oh, you're old. Like, motherfucker, I'm only 26.
That part.
I'm only 26.
That's what it is.
Shea
too.
25
We
will
look
be
at it like-
26 in
'cause when you
July.
say 4 Eastern
So
Conference
Shea
Finals,
25 will be
it's like,
26 in July, but
Lot.
same.
Damn, he went to 4?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, only 26 is like, yeah.
You a vet.
You do look like in the basketball world, we looking at you like, yo, you kind of old.
You OG.
Yeah.
You OG.
yeah, he is OG. He definitely is OG.
And that's the problem with these guys. They're so young and they get to these finals, right? They don't have the experience to win it. They were just young. They were just good enough to get there, right? If Ant-Man gets to the finals, let's say he was on the East and he got to the final and played Jokic. We know you about to get your ass smacked.
yeah.
Like when Bron that Cleveland team win to face the Spurs, you have no chance of winning, dog. I'm sorry. That's a well-oiled machine.
But just getting there
Just
was
getting
enough
there.
to be like, all right,
But-
this is what the future is.
but not if you want to knock him, do it. You got swept.
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
It's not.
And they'll still hang that over his head.
Like, that's what I said. Like right now, like what Tatum's doing, what Ant-Man is doing, what Shea's doing, it's great. It's hard for young success, for young players to be set. Because when y'all get picked 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't supposed to be good for at least 4 or 5 years, right? Your teams don't be supposed to be good until you, right? There's only some special ones that go into a situation and y'all are like,
Yeah.
Magic, Bird. Right, even Jordan had to grind. People don't. Jordan had to grind.
7 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, he had to grind. But that is the normal way. Right, that is the normal way. You have to grind, get your teams, tweak them. Now you're championship ready, and when you get there, you're gonna dominate.
Your team peaks as you peak.
Yep.
Once you start peaking, that's when you're like, oh, my team ready to take it here. I don't think I'm ready for
And that's why when you was talking about, I will break it, I will break up. I can't.
Okay.
Because they're not even the Pippen and Jordan yet. They have the playoff experience, but they still don't have it yet.
Gotcha.
For me to break them up. This is them in 90. This is Pippen, Jordan in 90
Like
right
92.
now.
Okay.
90. Yeah, this ain't
Okay.
this
Where
ain't
Pippen still think he better than Jordan. Like, I'm just as
this
good
ain't
as
the
this
Breakfast
nigga.
Club yet. This ain't
Okay.
yo, hey, us three right here. Let's go. We gonna work out every month. This ain't them yet. This is one real ass whooping.
Yeah.
This is if they got to the championship last year and they ass whooped, right? By Denver, 4-1. This is when
We not having this again.
No, yeah, let's get to
Okay.
We not
Right?
experiencing this shit again.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
that.
they're one ass whooping away from going in the summer and said we on demon time.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Right? That's why I said this is them around 89, 90. That one good ass whooping and say, all right, we done with this. We done with this shit. Let's go ahead and turn this over, boys.
I can see it. If it don't happen this year, I can see him doing it.
Yeah,
this summer.
I do too.
I think they're gonna get to the championship and Denver gonna put an ass whooping on them that make them ready for next year.
And then come back and
Come back and just start running the table.
I can see that. Because that Dan gives credit to Denver going back to back, right? Being able to say we ain't paper champs, we really got a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota
You
being
could say that
Minnesota.
he was fluky with the AC making the
Right.
finals, but now we took down the #1 team in the league. But on the other
we
side
deserve
now,
it.
the Celtics are able to dethrone the Nuggets, or whoever ends up going to the finals from the West.
Now we got the NBA back in a sense.
Yeah.
So we got the East Coast competing now for something that they deem to be the best team, getting the championship. Then you got Embiid coming back saying, all right, I beg to differ. You got Ant-Man coming back if Denver beat them. I beg to fucking differ. Shea, I beg to fucking differ. We all over here like, yeah, get LeBron them, get Steph them. Y'all move around. We next. We got next. I don't care who got now. We got next.
When Dwayne Wade and them won that championship, not his first one with Shaq, Bron them, they was all like 27, 28, 29, right? When they won that championship in Miami.
With the Heat, yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Right? Yeah, see, that's that age, right? That's that age I'm looking for. That's why I said I'm keeping Tatum and Brown. I need to see what they look like at 27, 28, 29. I need to see that if I'm Boston. Yeah. If you do not see them in that late 29, 31, if you don't see that, you did yourself a disjustice. Because you done planted a tree, it done gave you some fruit, and before it really just showed you, y'all can live off us, you cut the tree down and you're going back to replant. You're never gonna get this again.
It's facts. And that's a special tree.
That's a special tree. You got guys who dominated early, and now they're about to feed you real good. Don't be stupid.
Damn.
Don't be stupid.
And a lot of them motherfuckers do that.
Oh yeah,
they chop the tree
They
before
chop
they
the tree
get
before
fruit.
it blossoms. Yep.
Well, let's
Who's
talk
done
about
that?
A lot of teams.
OKC.
Okay.
OKC early.
With James and them? Okay.
I think Pat Riley in Miami.
Yeah.
I think when he let LeBron go, I don't know what he was thinking, but the fact that you knew his work ethic. How long has he been gone? 8 years?
Yeah.
shit,
How many championships do I have if he stayed there?
10 years.
10 years. How many more? Yeah, you're right. How many more?
All the chips he said he was gonna get when he was down there. We should get 6, 7.
That's what I'm saying. How many championships does he win if my ego went out the window? My ego went out the window, and I kept him in Miami. How many more championships with the culture and the people that's coming through what we would have done in that system? The coaching.
KD and Steph.
Huh?
KD and Steph. They
KD?
chopped that tree.
Yeah.
They
chopped that tree. That was bad.
They chopped the fuck out
Shit.
that
Shit, Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq?
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq.
Hell yeah.
Shit, the Lakers when they won a championship and decided we're gonna let everybody go.
Oh,
What about the
2020
Pistons?
team.
The
What about the
2020
Pistons?
team?
Huh?
What about the 04 Pistons?
No, they tried to run it back.
No.
I'm talking about after that, after the running back. They got back. They got back there the next
Yeah.
season, but then they chopped it.
That Indiana team.
So let's talk a little bit about future of the league.
Indiana where they, yeah.
In the Rookie of the Year, Wemby lived up to the hype in his rookie campaign, will likely be Rookie of the Year. League is capitalizing next season by giving the Spurs 2 games in Paris against the Pacers in January 2025. So we have a MostlyFans question from Underdog.
Both the games against the Pacers?
Yeah. So it'll be 2 games against the Pacers in Paris.
Why not Minnesota?
I'm gonna say, yeah, that's weak.
Yeah.
Why not Minnesota?
We said this same thing when it was the Nets Cavs this year. It's like, okay, you wasted
Nets,
go now.
Cavs?
It was the Paris game this year was
They
Nets.
said the
Cavs.
Nets and the Cavs to Paris.
You're wasting an opportunity.
Minnesota. There's a dude that's on. He's from Paris. He's 2. Rudy Gobert.
Well, maybe they
You have him
Yeah.
and Rudy Gobert.
maybe they know something.
And you get Ant-Man.
But yeah, you have 2.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Or you do a 4-team, right? You have another Paris dude in Washington. You get the 4-team Paris dude have a game. Woohoo!
Yeah, 2.
So, but we have a MostlyFans question from Underdog user
Who the
Zowick.
fuck be running
The marketing.
You have half the national team in the NBA. You know, you just figure out, get your little 4-man game and put them there and let them play.
I'm not. You going to Paris for the Spurs and the Indiana Pacers? No.
I think it'll be time. I mean, for that audience
No.
to come see
but-
Wemby, it'll be correct.
What I'm saying is, then I'm gonna have all. There's a national team, right? I have all the top Paris dudes that's on that national team.
They play in the NBA.
The country comes and see them.
Yeah, Wemby versus Gobert. Line it
Redick
up, right?
versus
That's the
Gobert.
lineup.
Who else?
Bailey.
Bilal Coulibaly.
Kubale.
You let him that's how you do it.
They try gonna get on me, whatever. Y'all pronounce it phonetically.
No, man.
Somebody.
We speak English.
Somebody.
Sade is Sadie. But we have a MostlyFans question from Underdog user Zowick. So
That's like going to Serbia, but Jokic is not playing.
Yeah, exactly. We said it's
You got motherfucking Lakers versus the Heat. Very great marketing there, goddammit.
But who has the best case to be the face of the league in 5 years? Wemby, Ant-Man, or Luka?
Wemby. For me, Wemby. Yeah, man, Wemby.
In the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years.
The next 5 years?
Between those three, this is an Underdog.
If Wemby stay
question.
healthy, get him. I can see Ant-Man.
How old is Ant-Man?
22.
Is it gonna be Ant-Man?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it could be Ant-Man, but if Wemby stay healthy though,
I say Wemby because the national, but America. I mean, it's
Wemby feels like the global. Like they're gonna market him universally. Obviously, he's an alien. Just what he's doing at his height.
Can you imagine a grown-ass Anthony Edwards?
No, I get it. I'm an Ant-Man fan.
Grown-ass Anthony Edwards.
Has the Euro ever been the face of the NBA? All right.
so even when Steve Nash was winning the MVP, still wasn't. No.
Kobe was still playing.
No Dirk.
No dirt. Okay.
Okay.
Shit, not even Giannis when he won at that one time. No.
So let's talk a little bit about Ant-Man and go back first. By sweeping the Suns, the Wolves got their first playoff series win since 2004. After clinching the series, Ant had major love for his favorite player, Kevin Durant, but also said the game is the game.
Kevin Durant for sure. That's my favorite player of all time. That's the best feeling. Like I said last time, it's the best feeling in the world, man. To send him home or out, whatever you want to call it. I don't even think I outplayed him. He played great throughout the whole series, but my team outplayed his, and to come out victorious is the best feeling ever to beat him because he's my favorite player of all time.
So I just like the hat too. It's just the whole.
You got the tank top. They say he was walking out sagging, like Vans all down.
Like get the beater from there. I ain't even know they make those still.
He dressed like he just got out.
Make those.
He dressed like he just.
Not that one. That looked like the ones from the early '90s, dog.
The ones I buy.
Where you get it?
Yeah, the ones.
The Fruit Balloons?
Yeah.
Flexing and ripping through.
The ones that shrink when you wash it.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit tighter.
The one that shrink when you wash it.
Yeah, you wash it and get a little
Hey,
bit
when you
tighter.
first, they be long. Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, 12 for pack of 12 for $2.
Yeah, they 24 now. Pack of 24 for $5.
Oh, pack of 24 for $5.
So for the series against the Suns, Ant averaged 31 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and in 15 career playoff games, he's averaging 29 points, close to 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Again, as we mentioned, he's only 22 years old. But interesting tidbit, according to NBA PR, Ant has gained over 100 million views across NBA social platforms since the playoffs started, second to only LeBron. He's also gained the most followers on IG during the playoffs. So we have these conversations about superstars, megastars all the time. But did this playoff performance cement Ant as a superstar in the league?
I mean, the other stats, the social media, the shoe campaign, I mean, all of it, right? You're talking about the shoes went crazy, right? Even when they decided we're going to drop low tops, I'm pretty sure they didn't have no intentions to drop low tops until they seen, how them high tops was moving like crazy. So the fact that all of it was hitting, McDonald's, right? His shoe is what everybody wanted. The dunks, right? The play, it all plays into all of it. And, he's going to be featured in Paris. He's going to be featured coming into next season, right? And if he ends up getting to the championship, that's going to be a whole nother storm of greatness they're going to put on him.
And I feel like baseline now, just what he's done so far, no matter what happens for the remainder of the playoffs, he's gotten to that level. Now, let's say they can get the Nuggets, get to the Western Conference Finals, or even reach the finals. He's going to be feeling a type of way they coming in the next season.
Right now, just all around marketing his team, like how they're showing him off and everything like that. So I'm excited for him. But yeah, if he can get to that finals or that Western Conference Finals, it's going to be a big summer for him this summer, though.
You know what I'm excited for? I just realized that Magic City just like one of our posts.
Oh, okay.
They watching.
You said Magic City?
Magic City.
Are you going for the wings or for the
What
thing?
that got to do with Ant-Man?
Magic City got some
Social
fire
media,
wings.
Ant-Man doing his thing, but we doing our thing. We doing our thing. We doing our thing. You feel me? Magic City watching, you know what time it is.
Gills Arena live for Magic City.
Man, we can make that happen.
Just saying.
We need to go to ATL.
I'm just saying, they watching. They watching this now.
So during a recent interview with Malika Andrews and Austin Rivers, Ant said he's only reached 40% of his potential. He said 40%.
40, I don't even know. 22, not even.
Not even 40.
Not even. Hell no.
He ain't even know what he can do yet.
He don't know. He does not know what he can do yet. You ain't even worked hard enough yet to even understand.
When it get automatic, when he start feeling that bitch get automatic, where that motherfucker is just clicked in.
I can tell you he ain't even hit it because he's not even playing. He's not even playing like he's done really tapped into
Spots.
who he. When he starts going into the game, Jordan. When he starts doing little shit like this, this shit easy. When you start doing shit that just like, all right, this is too easy for him. He hasn't played like that yet, right? He hasn't even 40% outward. You ain't even gonna be at 40% when you get 25.
Damn. Okay.
Like we thought Kobe was Kobe, right? And then he pulls out the 37, the 81. Like he was just tapping into.
Yeah, and that was before 24.
Yeah, he was just tapping into his ability to understand, like, I got all of this.
Ow.
Right? LeBron's still unlocking the rest of his ability at this age.
Literally.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when did LeBron hit that switch for you?
When LeBron hit it, probably when he got to Miami.
Okay.
Right, when he got to Miami, he unlocked some more. Right, that's what I say. You can see it when they're unlocking stuff. When they're like, all right, it's getting too. Like Jason Tatum is still at 40%. He ain't at 40. He's at 40%.
He got to be at 40, maybe.
That's what I said. He's at 40% right now.
When you start palming that bitch and looking at motherfuckers,
which we see flashes of.
When you start waving motherfuckers off with the palm, nigga, that's when it's moving around. Everybody moving around. You can't fuck
like it's like when you like we'll say Denver as a team, they probably at 60. When they can just say, "Are y'all ready? All right, let's just turn it on." Everybody start looking at each other. All right, let's go.
I mean,
and then they just.
I mean, that's what they be doing in the second half.
But Joker literally be palming that bitch like, "Oh, y'all ready? Y'all ain't ready yet? All right, let me get it. I got mine. I'm ready. I'm always ready with my shit."
That's why I said, like, right now, when you think about LeBron doing what he's doing, he's unlocked. He's unlocked that what a lot of greats ain't, right? Where it became more about the body itself, like the longevity of my limbs to sustain it the rest of my career. That's what, like, first it becomes, okay, I done tapped into my skill. Then I need to tap into the nuances of the game. Then I need to sustain my greatness, right? Then it's like, okay, I done sustained it. Now I have to keep it at a certain level, right? He ain't even tapped into all his moves yet.
And
he's a baby.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
But he's a baby.
That's the thing with criticizing him is because you know that he's unlocked the takeover mode. Like if you're in my player and you've already unlocked all the achievements, you're player 99 already, and it's like you get to the point where you're in the last 4 or 5 games of the season, and you know you got this player who can literally run down the court and score the ball at any given way that you need it. Like his jump shot is there, 40% from 3. He's got all the bag shit and the layup shit. He can turn and shoot. He's worked on the post. He can get you in the post. He can turn and fade on you now. All the shit that he didn't have before, he's unlocked now. So it's like the longevity helps him with the eldership. I'm an elder now. I'm the nigga Pai Mei with the fucking beard when you come up here and train with me and I stand on your sword and shit. Like he the nigga that's like, I know all the shit that you need to do because I've unlocked it. But like I said before, like that's the advantage and the curse, because when you don't take advantage of it and you do get 4-1, it's because you didn't use the unlock all your unlocked abilities. Like you could literally have won the series if you just turn it on and be selfish the whole time. Just run everybody over, score it every fucking time. Hey, AD, move the fuck around, give me the bitch. I got to mismatch every fucking time. I'm shooting 40 from 3. I got to hit this shot. I got to do everything. Regardless of how tired it's going to make me at my age, if I can do it, that's what I always said. If you can do it, my nigga, do that shit.
I don't think Ant-Man understands. He's technically Jordan rookie season.
Right now? 22?
22. Jordan turned 22 in his rookie season. Right? So when you're talking about unlocking some shit, you think you're at 40. Jordan's first 6 years, he didn't unlock nothing yet.
Yeah.
88, he's like, oh, shit. Uh-oh, new Jordan. Let me go in the weight room.
Facts.
Right? Unlocking my first three-peat. I unlocked some shit. I retired, came back, unlocked some shit. Right? You're Jordan. You're rookie season. You're rookie season, Jordan. Right? You ain't even tapped into the 37 a game yet.
Oh.
You ain't even tapped into, and the 37 was just all natural. That wasn't even the dominant Jordan.
Yeah, that wasn't weight room Jordan.
That wasn't like even though 37 was Michael Jordan's highest, that was baby Jordan.
That's crazy.
That was just I'm just more athletic than everybody. That wasn't the surgical dude.
No, that wasn't.
That's bazooka. That's the I got the bazooka.
Got it.
Blue, 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 blue. That's just the dude who just got. I'm just blowing up everything. That's not the dude
That's no structure, Mike.
Yeah.
So we talk about that.
Even Luka's in that same man. Y'all are baby boys right now. Y'all at 20. Y'all at 25%.
So we talk about the
Damn.
We talk about the Ant-Man MJ comparison. Shout out to MGrads, first person that I saw made that comparison when Ant was in high school. Got a lot of heat for it. Now everybody's now taking it and ran with it. But Gil, to your point, same age as Jordan as a rookie. When you look at MJ as a rookie and Ant-Man where he is now, same age with obviously several years of NBA experience. How do you compare those two players?
I can't. I got to go back and look. I'm gonna just be honest. I got to go back and just really look at the nuances of Jordan's game back then. Right? I mean, he did average 28. Right? He was third in scoring as a rookie. So, I mean, you're coming into a league and you're a rookie and you averaging about 38, right?
So his rookie year, he averaged 28.2.
Yeah.
Playing 38 minutes a game, 28, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah, so, just
Finished 6th in MVP voting.
I'm saying, just when you think about just who they are right now, I mean, besides the newest skills, I'm pretty sure Jordan's team was a lot less as
Yeah, he didn't.
so it's really hard. So from there, it's just watching when they attacked, how they looked. But that's just hard. It's something where you gotta sit there and look at every game before you just throw out who is more polished or better at that age.
But we can make that comparison, though. I'm saying Ant's at enough of a level now. Or whether
Making a comparison like
which
that
for me
young.
is a testament to how
You remember how unfair that is for us to continue to do that.
But I'm not saying he's going to be MJ, going to get the accolades, whatever.
What you're doing.
But I'm saying player for player, I'm looking at this
comparing
guy.
him to who we consider the GOAT. It's
But that's why I didn't say the GOAT. That's why I said rookie Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. This is that's what I said when we say he's
From an
like
age standpoint.
Even that, because the skill set of Jordan that he had, if you go look at the skill set,
Yeah.
it's still unfair because Mike was coming from a structured situation, North Carolina,
I get it.
where he was basically chained up and he got freed.
Django.
And once he was freed, he was like, this is what I can do out here with y'all can't fuck with me. So Ant-Man don't really have that leniency where he played in the league for a few years. He didn't have no chains on him in college. He would still be able to do what he was doing. But what Gil's lining up is that 22, that age gap where it's like rookie Jordan came in and
dominated.
His skill set was so raw and so they never seen it before. We have to compare it now because we never seen that Jordan out of Jordan before. We've seen this before. Now you got to compare it.
My point is, obviously, Ant been in the league 4 years, but you're not comparing year four to year four Jordan.
So that's why
you got to say year four.
Like when people say he reminds me of Jordan, I'm the one that says Which one? Which one? Because there's different Jordans. There's the first 2 years, 3 years Jordan, and there's that 5, then there's that 87 and 90 where he realized, like, I'm the best dude that ever walked. And then the championship Jordan, and then the second repeat Jordan. Like, there's different levels of them. So when you say he's the next Jordan, which one?
Are you talking about the mindset, Jordan? Or are you talking about
How they play? No, just how they play the game.
How they play.
You know, yeah, just how they play. Just style, recklessness.
Style, like how they.
Like Ja Morant. Like people can say Ja Morant, how he plays is like how Jordan played the rookie years, right? I'm using my ability more than the brain.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
I don't think Ant-Man's that way. I think he's just a different type of hybrid type of player that we've seen and not seen before. Like, we have now set an expectation that he's good enough to the point where we got to compare him to somebody great. That's where we are. We see enough young players with Ja. Who the fuck can you compare Ja Morant to? Before Zion got hurt, who the fuck was we comparing Zion to? Sean Kemp?
No, it was LeBron. And it was like LeBron mixed with Charles Barkley.
Right, you gotta, Charles and LeBron. So it's like you gotta compare him to somebody because we've seen it before. We just haven't seen it at this rate.
Yeah.
But like when I say the LeBron, the Michael Jordan comparison is unfair because I feel like Mike, if you really go back and see it, there's nobody like Mike. That early Mike, there's nobody like that early Mike.
Yeah,
not Kobe, not nobody. Like that early Mike, he was disgusting.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to make
He was disgusting.
the MJ comparison, but just saying the fact that we have that,
87, yeah.
we're having that conversation is a testament to how good Ant is playing right now.
Yeah, but I don't.
You don't want to put that.
I just don't like the idea. Like when you say it, have a timestamp.
Yeah.
Because if you have a timestamp, it kind of gives wiggle room for the player to be great.
Yeah.
If you say he reminds me of Mike, everyone's brain goes to 6 championships.
Yeah.
It starts
Last
going
shot,
there. Like, like I'm comparing him to 22-year-old Mike.
63 in the guard.
Right, you know what I mean? I'm comparing him. I'm comparing him to the dude that he was out there. He don't know what his ability is yet. He's out there free flowing. Right? I compare him to that.
Yeah.
Right? And be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying
there's no expectations on this motherfucker yet.
not prime peak MJ.
You're just saying elite.
Just elite, just an
From the
elite
level of
athlete and body, and this is what it looks like. That's it. I'm not comparing, because when you just throw out the name just raw, it's like, give me an age where, like Magic. You can't compare nobody to Magic at any age. It would be unfair, right? Because the rookie Magic came in 19, won a championship, dominated in the season and in the finals and when it counted. There's no one who's going to compare to that. So that would be career suicide for anybody to be compared to, because he was successful the day one. So you say, all right, which Magic? I can't even say, all right, Magic in 95 when he came back.
But I do get what you're saying, though, Joe, as far as just having him compared to Mike.
From a respect level.
Testament to how good he can be.
Yeah, the style.
Because we're having the conversation with him, with this guy.
When you look at the list of players to compare Ant to at this stage of his career, I think it's a very complimentary to say.
It's complimentary.
This is who we're looking at.
But it's still unfair to me.
Of course.
I mean,
even though it's complimentary, he looked like
They both black as hell.
And they look like they related. So we asked the chat, has Ant-Man reached his full potential yet? 70% said not even close, but 25% said almost, and some of y'all out there, 5% said yes.
Almost at 22 is crazy.
So y'all got to put it down.
Almost?
Yeah, almost.
Let's talk about.
Like that's what I said. When you talk about 22, you got to think about all the play. I think about all the greats, right? When you think about all the greats, I always go back. All right, let me see how great they were at these ages, so you can kind of like move it. Right. Okay. He's on that great path. Okay. So I can see it. Right. If you don't do it, then you're just throwing out shit that's just harder for the player to even accomplish, because that player himself is thinking about 6 rings. You're looking at the greatest part of it. Like, hold on, dog. You got time. Trust me. Right. This is who he was. And then he tapped into this ability, and then he realized he's the most dominant thing that ever moved. Then his mindset changed, and it hit this, and then they won, and then boom. Like, here's stepping stones. First is saying, all right, MJ, and now you got to sit here and try to figure out how to climb this fucking wall.
Nope.
That's what I love.
And you're going to kill yourself.
That's what I love about comparisons. That's why I went to North Carolina.
I already know.
Go there. Let
Now
me
you be
go
like,
do what
yeah,
I
you
do.
know,
Hey, you gotta
rookie
compare me-
season.
You got to compare me to that nigga?
Yeah.
And I live the rest of my life saying I was number 2. I was number 2.
You got a ring. You got a banner out there. So let's talk about one more thing before we move to Mostly Fans. So Draymond Green famously choked out Rudy Gobert earlier this season, but during a recent episode of his podcast, Dre showed love to the likely Defensive Player of the Year.
And what Anthony Edwards has taken those guys and done is absolutely amazing. Like Rudy actually not trash anymore. He defends now, and ironically, he got all the defensive player. But I mean, like when you see him on the switches, he's up at the level. He's not just sitting back in the drop no more. When he gets switched on to the guy, it's like his antennas pop on. He is actually impacting winning, and he's actually doing that on the defensive end, whereas opposed to other series, he's gotten played off the floor. Although Phoenix went small at times to try to get back in the game, there were times that they still played Rudy on Royce O'Neal. Before, if you went 5 guards, there was no chance Rudy Gobert can play. Like 0% chance. And if I'm honest, I don't think at this point that was a change in ability. That is a change in what's required of you.
Do you guys agree with what Draymond's saying?
You know what I like about Draymond, though? No matter what his beef is with somebody, he will be unbiased against. This is not the second time. Remember when we had the debate, I just remember he was the one who said Wemby shouldn't win it, it should be Rudy. Right? He was the one who actually put it out there. We were going against what he first said and said it should be, Wemby who wins it. So the fact that, he did, put the dude to sleep, had him tapping out. Right, he's still giving him his
Sacre blue.
He's still giving him his credit for being and doing what great things is, and Rudy has changed his game.
You guys agree with what Draymond's saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
I'm gonna leave him alone.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna leave him alone, nigga.
Yeah, I choked you out, but you ain't trash anymore. That's the ultimate compliment.
He's not trash. He ain't trash now.
That's crazy.
He said he's not trash now. That was
work
funny.
right there. That's nasty. He's not trash no more.
He's not trash no more.
Yeah, I'll put you to sleep.
But
He's actually not trash.
But you know what?
That's insane.
I seen him in the game like no real like posting up. Like he was setting the pick there, switch on him, and he was duck in. Oh, you actually trying to score now?
He's trying.
Oh, that makes it even a little bit harder because no one expected that.
Yeah, he got tired.
Huh?
People talking shit about
Yeah.
probably.
But as I said, it's probably just a mindset. Let me just go ahead and try to just be a force down here. Hey, even if they don't pass it, I did my job.
Sometimes motherfuckers think you trash because you don't get the opportunity to show them that you're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is a bar.
yeah, which is still
Do you think Mitchell Robinson's trash because he don't get the ball down on the post? Does he think he can't score?
pretty much.
I bet you in his mind, he's like, they don't know in high school, nigga, I used to be the man, homie. I used to get real buckets, and they just stopped giving it to me down there, and they told me to just rebound and block shots. All right, that's all I'm doing now.
Yeah, and equal that trash.
Let's look ahead to Nuggets-Wolves series starting this Saturday. Who's the better matchup for Jokic in the series, Rudy or Cat?
Rudy.
You better match up for Joker.
No, for the Timberwolves to try and stop Joker.
Rudy.
Ain't about trying to
Neutralize
stop
him.
Joker.
Yeah, just Rudy.
Fuck
Just
about
make him
player,
less
man.
generational.
Fuck that. That's what put fear in teams is the fact that you come into a series thinking you got to stop this one guy.
Yeah.
Your team got to play well.
Yeah. You gotta stop the team.
Your team got to play well, and y'all got to play team defense. That's it. Like, neutralize the team.
Right.
I mean,
Who's the better matchup for the Wolves?
Wolves
against to try to neutralize the team starting
Towns
with
on them. They put a little weight on them, and then Rudy protecting the rim because one, he can sit in the lane
Because he's on the dunker.
He can sit in the lane on a dunker, knowing that if you want to shoot the threes, Gordon, shoot the threes. Worst case scenario, I know where you're coming.
Yep.
You're gonna try to come with this lob, and I'm tall enough to try to bat it out the air, or I'm there to contest the dunk, right? And if you want to sit at three and Jokic try to do one of those hooks, I'm there to challenge it. that's better than saying, all right, Jokic the other way around, and he's just gonna beat through his body, boom, 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 and then Towns is a help dude, and I'm just gonna throw the lottery over him.
But I think the difference is this. Cat is known to get in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And I think Joker can get him in foul trouble.
Stop
And I
effing
think
fouling
the
and
opposite,
total.
if we switch that, let Rudy play him straight up. Cat, you can play in the dunker. You ain't got to go out there with it. They are interchangeable, I believe, and I just think Rudy's smarter with playing without fouling when it comes to playing post. And I also think that you got help. If you look at their scheme, if they scheme right, 2 dribbles on Joker, make him pass it out, they're going to keep throwing it back in. Repost. We just need to take time off the clock. 14 seconds to start the shot clock. All right, by the time we get to 10 or 8, what are we looking at? Joker gonna have it or who gonna have it? Jamal gonna have it? What are we doing? We're gonna force him in the pick and roll? Or we gonna force Joker to make a play?
Towns should have a field day with Gordon, huh?
Huh?
I said Towns should have a field day with Gordon on the offense end,
On offense end.
right?
And that's why even, Bruce Brown said last season when he was with the Nuggets, that was their toughest matchup facing the squad. I think they match up obviously a hell of a lot better than the Lakers do by having this resources, number 1 defense in the league. Jaden McDaniels out there lurking too.
Because what's name got to guard Anthony Edwards, huh?
Who? KCP.
Oh, KCP will guard him?
Guard who?
Ant-Man.
Think so?
Nah,
I think they'll put
I'm not gonna put
MPJ. Got to put MPJ on him. He too little.
Who?
KCP.
But
Too little. See what he did to Brad?
who?
Ant-Man. You see what Ant-Man did to Brad? Man. Now he's looking at this dude like a milkshake.
I know, but you're not gonna put MPJ. He's not a good defender like
But
that.
he's just a bigger body.
Yeah, he gonna run.
You need a bigger body.
Man, listen, he might be in.
But you're gonna lose. He's gonna be on foul trouble. You're gonna lose him on offense.
I don't think it's
so. I'm
about foul
already.
trouble. Ant is not a get you in foul trouble, nigga. Shit. He's just
you
trying
try
to
to
get to
jump with
his
him.
shot. He's just trying to get to his shot. If you can use your length against Ant, you can frustrate him. That's what they even though he did run through Phoenix, they still made him work for that shit.
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah,
I
but his
said.
team-
Then I'm gonna put my defender on him, let him work, and then you come to the lane if you want to with all the height I
I
have.
think playing both of them. But I would play MPJ on him majority of the time because of the length.
Is there 4th quarter, KCP?
Yeah,
Okay.
and let KC run him down energy-wise.
All right.
Get him tired.
But what if you lose? See, the problem is KCP is not gonna score much, so you're gonna say you're 99% defense in this series. If you have MPJ playing D and he has to play against a dude who's the best player, you're gonna lose him on offense, right? And you might lose him on offense just because he's getting in foul trouble, right? You need him to look like he played against the Lakers. If not, having a fresh KCP that doesn't help my team
It just
offensively.
depends on how we're going to play offensively. Offensively, how they played against the Lakers is going to be different than how they're going to play this way because they got a better defensive team that they're playing against. So it depends on how Minnesota going to guard it. Are y'all going to double us? Are y'all going to move around? You're going to play one-on-one? All right, if y'all play head up, that means KCP ain't going to have a lot of open shots. If y'all double us, KCP going to have a lot of open shots. We can mitigate playing MPJ a little bit more on defense because we're going to get open shots for all of our guys. Regulated, then it would make sense to otherwise. If they not doubling, I would rather play KCP on defense on Ant-Man and let Michael Porter be my guy that can get in the lane and do
Michael
other
Porter gonna get, if he put Ant-Man, you put Michael Porter on Ant-Man, Ant-Man gonna have 40 that series.
I don't believe that.
It's right last year.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
So we asked.
He don't move very well side to side. He moves up and down.
But they went 4-1 last year, so they did something good if they put him
He
on
must
last
average
year.
32.
You can have it 32.
Ain't
We get
gonna-
the
At
win.
21.
4-1.
Ain't going
At 21.
4-1.
We ain't little kids no more.
Yeah, we ain't
I'm
little-
22 now. No, but we asked the chat who wins the series. 57% say Timberwolves. We'll see if the chat.
They want the upset.
I mean,
Like I
that,
I mean,
said,
even listening to y'all talk about it and not, thinking about last year what happened, but now
everyone's better. Everyone's gotten better.
this is
on that team, yeah. I mean, they have more depth coming off that bench.
Nas Reed,
They have a lot more depth
Mike
coming
Conley
off that
hooping,
bench.
too.
Mike Conley hooping.
I'm curious to see how the Nuggets utilize Peyton Watson too. I can see him getting.
Peyton Watson.
Oh, that's
yeah,
gonna be the difference
That's-
maker.
that's-
Oh,
you know,
that's who Mike.
but still, even
He's going to step up though.
See the
him
problem?
and MPJ look good. Reggie can step up. I like the way Reggie steps up. But I think it's going to be about how Mike Conley and Walker play against Murray. how they guard Murray is going to be the difference maker.
But that's why I don't want Rudy on Joker. I'd rather have, because when I had to switch, I don't want to keep Rudy that far away from the rim. See, because you got to remember that last 5 minutes, it's going to be pick and roll. So if I have Rudy sticking Joker and I got to switch.
Oh, offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I lose all. I lose all.
Yeah.
I lose all
see
that.
Because Cat not going to rebound like Rudy is.
You know that. And let's move on to Mostly Fans, presented by Underdog Fantasy. If you have not done so already, download the app. Use promo code GIL that will match your first deposit up to $100. A great day in the arena, gentlemen. A great way to close out the week. Appreciate y'all. We got the OG crew here. Appreciate the fans.
OGs always sell.
We do numbers. So our first question.
Unless it's Jordan.
First question, the video question.
Kobe's.
Video question from Underdog user Ronaldo9.
Do you think today basketball players are soft because they focus too much on skills training and not enough mental training? And is that the reason why they cannot perform under pressure? And also, would Rajon Rondo be the perfect head coach for the Lakers?
Shout out Ronaldo9.
Got a wave cap, no waves, I'm sure.
That nigga talk like he had a mouthpiece in.
Hey, man, he's a loyal fan, man. We seen him.
We done have Ronaldo9 show us every time.
The players are soft today because the rules allow it, right? I mean, everyone plays street ball. Everyone plays don't call foul till you bleed. Everyone's done the same thing. The rules in the NBA has made the player soft, right? So if you're used to getting certain calls, when you don't get them, I'm a cry. I'm a bitch. If I'm used to getting, I go in and these give me my calls, right? So if you notice towards the end of the season in the playoffs, those calls ain't the same. Everyone's playing tougher. So you're going to go with the rules you have. So we can't say these players are softer than the era before or the era. Yeah, in theory, yes. But it's because the rules has changed. That's what I said. The 70s think the 80s is soft. The 80s think the 90s is soft. 90s think the 2000s is soft. 2000s think everybody's soft, right? Because everybody says 2000s was the toughest era defensively. So they think everybody's, I can't punch you in the face. Oh, I can't punch you in the face. Boy, you're soft.
Right.
With a cap, you soft because I can't punch you. Right? They ain't fighting. Usually we just got in brawls and that's not so. The rules, fines made it soft. So that's all it is. It's just rules.
Yeah. Did he say something about training too? Did he say the training?
Mental training.
Is it the mental? Is it that? He said something about mental and why guys can't down the stretch.
Just think about 80s and 90s, right? Just life itself. The hood, racism, think about how tough mentally you had to be to go through that, right? I get to sit here and cry about my sexuality, and I want to be a dog cat. If you don't call me a dog cat, I get to do something about it, and then win some shit and get applauded for being a dog cat, right? There's I seen someone who says she identifies as a dog.
This nigga said a dog cat.
I mean, you get to be anything you want, but I'm saying someone literally said she needs to find a man who treats her like a dog, but if he treats her like a dog and not a human, she's offended.
A dog or a doll?
A dog.
Oh, a dog.
Yes,
but she was dressed
dog.
like a cat too.
She's dressed like a cat.
She's dressed like a cat, identify as a dog, and you need to treat her like a dog/human.
Or she reports you to the authorities.
Don't tell the ass.
Let's move on to the second part of that question.
Saying, but that's just
they just sissified.
So everything has just been softened. Just the culture itself has been
you
softened.
boys just pure sissified now.
We talked a little bit about Lakers coaching earlier in the week. Rashad, you had the internet going nuts with the JJ Redick conspiracy. But would Rajon Rondo be the perfect coach for the Lakers?
The perfect coach?
Oh, he has
That is the question from.
He don't got a podcast with LeBron. So it don't make sense.
He does not.
It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it doesn't make sense.
No, it don't make sense. And everybody keeps saying, "Oh, JJ ain't never had a coaching job." Don't make sense. It's like Darvin never had a head coaching job either.
Shit, I mean, all of LeBron's coaches never had a job.
So it's like, damn, what the fuck y'all mean?
Darvin paid his dues. Was an assistant in the league for a number of years.
Yeah, he was assistant the same amount of years JJ played.
Darvin also played in the league.
I think it seemed like
AJ played 15 years.
Coach.
it seemed like Phil might get a crack at it. I've heard rumors of Ty Lue, since he was the first person to get offered that job. Even though he has one more year, I heard they really are, which puts pressures on the Clippers. Now you got to pay him because the Lakers want him. So that could be a possibility. When they said he's getting fired this week, my question is, the fuck for?
Yeah.
The fuck for? Like,
We can start the process.
Like, why? What's the point? Like, everyone, the world knows he's not going to be here next year. Why are you firing a man during the finals? Like, what does it do for you?
It helps you realize that we're gonna pick somebody else, and whoever we pick,
No, we
And we
already
can
know
do it when the
that. Yeah,
season
we know
over. We
that.
can do it when the season
it
over
keeps the
with.
fans. You know how y'all Laker fans are. You know how y'all.
Yeah, we do take all. Hey, we do some stupid shit during the playoffs to put the focus back on us. Yeah, we are. We're attention holders.
We come in several Lakers talking about y'all.
Like,
Because we like, these are the three motherfuckers we might pick up. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all gonna listen every single time.
Right when the
You're right.
finals start, the Lakers have fired their coach.
Got
Right when the
to.
finals.
No, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that second round. And then right when the finals start,
Hire the coach.
No. Bronny James has officially entered the draft. We ain't going back. No. We Lakers know how to keep our names buzzing, baby. I'm not even gonna lie.
Breaking news for every finals game.
Look, I can't wait to put on some Lakers shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It'll be good to have you back on this side, but
I'm on the train too, though.
Rashad, we know.
Well, I'm gonna be wearing a LeBron jersey until the end of
Hell no, we don't want that
next year.
Well, we
No,
got a video of you. We got a video of you
I swear to God,
supporting
you bring a
LeBron.
different Bron.
Every episode.
Rashad, we knew deep down that you was on our side. Look at that LeBron bucket, but look who's in the crowd rocking the crown. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own dream killer, Rashad.
Hey, what are you pointing at?
Oh, hell
He
no.
just hit 50.
Hey, look at him! I told you!
Hell no.
Look at that man!
Watch out.
Rashad, confirmed, not no head.
Crazy!
I respect.
50!
Hey, I had to put my sweater back on too. I had the Kobe shit on. He started getting 50. I said, "This."
I never thought I'd see
Hey,
the
man, look at him, dog. Look at him.
Hey, but I appreciate y'all on this couch. We appreciate everybody in the chat.
I was like,
Make sure you stick
you're
around
cheering
for an
for the
episode
Lakers.
of Sheet and Tyler coming up next. But
This
this is
man
Gills
been
Arena
a Laker-
presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa!
Remember, Kobe
We
played
will see
20
y'all
years.
next week.
He been a Laker.